yard gain.
Hello, Grandville. We are sorry for the delay, but we are back now, and we are ready to go. The Bulldogs have the ball currently and have a 4th and 1 set up here with about 8 minutes left to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, looking back at last week, we struggled a lot getting the run game. We're missing Tank this week again, and, well, I'm not saying Jenison is a weak opponent, but they are not Rockford. So we should have an easier offensive game this week, and as you can see right now, we're doing pretty well. Hand off to Braden Hanley, up the middle.
There we go. Braylon gets us the first down there, up to what looks like the 45-yard line. We'll set up a new set of downs for the Dogs. Currently in the backfield without Tank, we have Braylon Haney. DJ Hardiman obviously gets a lot of carries, especially now without our main running back in.
And then our new sophomore running back, Oren. Oren has been a big part of this practice squad, but he got the call up last week and did pretty well for them. Actually, I think he might have been the best runner on the Grandville offense last week.
Here's Fogus long with snap. Almost gets the Wildcats to jump. Checks over back to Stiegel. He's definitely been a good quarterback for us so far. I mean, he was behind. He was shadowed. Here's Kuyok with the carry. But he was overshadowed there by I'm forgetting his name. But a Davenport commit quarterback. And then
Cash Ruff.
Cash Ruff, yep. And then last year, Ethan Newville took over the starting spot. So, you know, he's been on the back burner for almost 2 years, but he's definitely got some varsity experience on varsity his sophomore and junior year, just never got in. So it's a good thing to see him out here now getting some snaps. Definitely an accurate passer. Kind of a pro-style QB, which you don't see a lot in high school.
Yeah, especially for a Grandville offense, too, that we run the ball a lot. You don't see that a lot.
Definitely not. He's got some arm talent on the run, which is good for that wing T offense. Takes the snap, hands it off to Haney. Haney cuts it back, gets the first down, through that, and down to the 41-yard line. 39-yard. Whoa, I am off here. 36-yard line.
Yeah, looks like they're relying a lot on Braden Hanley this week on the inside runs. Usually in our offense, DJ Hardiman's that guy for us. But they moved DJ Hardiman around to tank spot, it looks like. So Braden Hanley is our oldest running back on the backfield right now. So they're trusting him a lot of these reps.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's the only senior running back we have left now, with Gavin Love being the 4-back. But we definitely have that young core, which is completely different. Hardiman with the carry here. Gets stuffed at the line, sets up a second down and 10, 0 gain there. But back to the seniority of this team, our defense has 9 out of 11 defensive starters as seniors.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen a lot in these last couple of years, especially in our high school years. There's been not a lot of seniors on these offense and defensive teams. Last year, I think we only had a couple seniors. I think we only had maybe 7 or 8 seniors that played for us.
Not a ton for sure. Newville obviously at quarterback. Sadinsky is one of the running backs. On our line, we were pretty senior heavy with Cam Brooker and a few of the others. But really not a lot of leaving players from last year. So we definitely have that opportunity to have this senior class be big. But when you look at it, we have so many injuries. On the right side of the sideline there at the end, we see Wyatt Kalenda and Garrett Naraki both out. A senior cornerback and a senior linebacker, both big parts of this offense. Or defense, sorry. But Naraki also on the offensive side as the starting tight end.
Yeah, Garrett Naraki's injury came out of the blue all of a sudden. I have a couple classes with him, and he told me this morning that he was going to be out for the games today. Didn't say why. He said it was a couple of injuries with lower body. We don't know fully what the extent is. We don't know how long he's going to be out. Hopefully it's just going to be this week. Wyatt Kalinda did get injured at our game at Cal 2 weeks ago. Same thing with Tank Terry. Been missing him pretty well. I know that Kalinda's a really big part of our secondary and our DBs. But, yeah, like you said, Garrett Naraki is a pretty big part of the linebackers and definitely a big part of our offense being as that starting tight end.
Bulldogs have the ball on the 32 here. Fogelslonger under center. Checks the linebackers here. It looks like what they're setting up is a heavy line, which makes sense. Obviously.
Timeout by Stiegel.
Timeout, Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's a question we had last week. Siegel used a couple timeouts pretty early in the game, especially in the first quarter, and he didn't pay off for him last week. And there was a lot of I heard it coming out of the players themselves about why he was calling timeouts that early in the game. But in previous games, he called timeouts early, and they came out the win. And if I'm the Grandville offense or defense here, I'm trusting that Siegel has a plan for this and knows what to do.
Definitely a good coach for Grandville over the past couple of years. Obviously runs that not so common anymore, but that power T, wing T form. He's mixed it up a little bit this year with a more wide bone, like that spread T, which is called a bone, to open up the pass game a little bit more for Fogelslonger. But really has stuck to that wing T offense for the past 11 years.
Yeah, and that's, like you said, not a lot of teams run that now. I think the only other team in Division I that runs it is Howell.
Fogelslonger with the pass. Gets it to Hardiman. Hardiman down, spins off a tackle. 10, 5, touchdown!
Touchdown, DJ Hardiman on a pass up the middle. What a play for Grandville. And just as we were talking about the arm of Jeffrey here and Siegel trying these new passing plays, it works out for Grandville, and they get their first points in the last 2 games.
Talk about it. First points in the last 2 games. Shut out against Rockford last week. Obviously never what you can hope for. But we saw that DJ Hardiman spin move, which has kind of become his signature move. Seen a couple of spins off of Cass Tech defenders, off of Muskegon defenders. He's definitely got that spin move in his bag, and it's really worked for him.
Yeah, he is a big mentor of Tank Terry, and Tank Terry's helped him all these years. And, bad snap.
Bad snap. Fogelslonger has to beat him out. Ball's on the ground, and it looks like there'll be a flag down. I would assume for something in that push in the back on Fogelslonger.
Yeah, I'm going to say a legal hit from the back. Now the question is, are we going to go back to the kick here? Is it going to bring it back, or is it just going to be the ball for or a kickoff to Jenison, but the ball is kicked off from a closer distance?
I believe that will be on the kickoff, as it's a dead ball foul, I believe. Unless it looks like the Dogs are running back out on offense. I see a couple of the bigger linemen in that huddle. So they might be 2 flags. There was another flag called late. Not really sure what it's on, but
yeah, we see 2 flags on the looks like the Jenison sideline. That you can clearly see one right next to the 28-yard line. The other one was thrown around the 20. I don't see it right now. So, from my point of view, I think there's 2 flags on. I think one is on Grandville for holding, and I think the other one is on Jenison. Blocking the back, kicking team. Two flags on Jenison. Sideline misconduct on Jenison, and also put a legal hit from the back on Jenison too. So it looks like it's going to be starting on the 1 yard, 1 yard line, 2 yard line for Grandville. Now, if you're Grandville here,
it's a no-brainer. Stiegel's going for it.
Yeah.
Soft Fogelslonger, go and take the play from Stiegel. They are lining up. I see no way that they're kicking a field goal here, especially on the 1 yard line with that dominant front and their great running backs.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the running back game has been working pretty well. If you're Siegel, I would hope you're going to bring it to Braden Hanley. He's been running up the middle pretty well this game so far. Or you give it to DJ on a pass play.
Really anything works if we can get those big boys up front to give us some motion, get those 3 feet to get that 2 points. Fumbled the snap. There have been some problems early that Stiegel will definitely have to address with those snaps. We saw a bad long snap there by Lincoln Schackemeyer, which doesn't ever make sense. He's a great long snapper. I believe he's a 3-star long snapper. So you can see that just shows how good of a long snapper he is. To miss that snap on the field goal makes no sense. And then the center there, giving the ball to Fogelslonger as a rocket under center makes 0 sense.
Yeah, a couple questions there for Grandville offense for sure. Yeah, two terrible snaps on these last two plays. And you're wondering what is going on. Is it fear factor right now? Are we getting scared? Are we still having those chills from last week's game at against Rockford? If you're Granville here, I'm hoping that you're going to address that problem and work on it going into our next drive. Getting ready for the kick is the Grandville kickoff team.
Owen Vasquez, senior soccer player, turned into a kicker this year for the Bulldogs. He's been pretty solid so far. Obviously, we see a lot of soccer players get pulled up by Stiegel, asking if they'll kick for him. Makes sense with the legs we have in the soccer program.
Well, yeah, for sure. Like, you got people who already know how to kick and do it well. Might as well bring them up to the Grandville team for football, and they love doing it too. I talked to a lot of them. But we had some issues with kicking, especially at Cass Tech, as we all know. But we've been pretty well on the kicking team ever since.
Number 17, Luke Vandergraff there on the return. Gets it out to the 30, 31. We'll see the spot here. Took a yard back there. Good for the Dogs. Back to the 29. Quarterback for the first look at the quarterback here for the Wildcats. Senior Parker Felgner. He has been behind a couple of seniors over the past year for the Wildcats. But Coach Lucas for the Wildcats definitely sees something in him. That new coach, second year. But the Wildcats definitely have bought into everything he says. Felgner hands it off here to number 20, Brody Scheiderman. And I think he gets 4 yards to set up a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to say watch Brody Schraderman. Very underrated player. Last year, I think he put up 142 yards against us in an away game. And Grandville was very highly favored in that game. Still, Grandville won that game. But looking back at it, we only won 46-35 at that game. And we were winning by at least 21 points going into the third quarter. So he was a big part of that offense last year, and he gets the ball right here now.
Carry again, stumbles his way out to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 yards on a stumbling run. I mean, it looked like he was going to fall almost the entire time he was running.
Yeah, like I said just now, like he's going to be that player for Jenison that's going to make the difference. It's not going to be these wide receivers as much as you think there's going to be. It's going to be this running back here.
Felgner in the shotgun here. Play action here. Dropped by number 11, Max McKinney. Bulldogs seemed to think there for a second that it was a fumble right away, but never had possession of that catch, and it sets up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he caught the ball and tried to run instantly and didn't even get like full possession of the ball. Definitely something you got to be scared about in the screen pass, though, is getting hit. So I understand the fear of that there.
Felgner in the shotgun again. Gets the full Bulldog defensive line to jump there. That hard count must have really messed up the Dogs up front.
Looks like Daniel Wiley's coming off the field also with number 80, Darian Carter, a D lineman that is a senior. Like we said, there's a lot of seniors on this team, and he's definitely been pretty well as our edge.
Yep. Originally this year, he was not on the roster. He was injured at first, and talking to him, he didn't really want to play football if he was just going to have to sit on the sideline and watch other people do what he loves. But he came back at the start of the season once he was cleared to play and asked Stiegel if he could join the team and keep playing the game he loved. And Stiegel told him he had to prove to him that he still loved it, and it looks like he has, and Carter's back in the lineup again.
Yeah, he's been rotating between a kind of a little bit of a nose guard position, also edge. So we'll see where Stiegel puts him today. Looks like he's lined up as a nose guard at the second, or at the moment.
Here's a 3rd down and 2. Felgner in the shotgun takes it, hands it off to Scheidemann. Scheidemann is stopped at the line, looks to get 1 yard, so this will set up a big 4th and 1 here for the Dogs. These 4th down plays in high school football are such big momentum switches. Obviously, at any level, they're huge momentum shifts. But when you see punters who are only kicking the ball like 40 yards, this definitely makes a difference here if they get this 4th and 1 or not.
And looks like they are going for it, too.
Still out of a shotgun here for the Wildcats. Surprised they aren't going in an I formation or anything under center. Like to stick in that shotgun. Hands it off to Scheidemann. Scheidemann looks to have gotten it. They give him forward progress, and he definitely picks that one up.
Yeah, like, on that play, you clearly knew that, or at least from my point of view, it looked like the running back was going to get the ball. You had number 8, which is usually a wide receiver for this Jenison team, more of a tight end position, line up behind the right guard, kind of like what's happening right now. You feel like it's going to be a run play happening here.
Yeah, this Jenison offense is only throwing out a shotgun. Felgner with the pass, picked off by Haney. Haney jumps up and snags it, returns it all the way to the 46-yard line. What a play by Braylon Haney to get up there, read the quarterback's eyes, and picked it off right away.
Big momentum shift right there. Grandville's offense now has to convert on this, and I think they will. Now that's a big boost for Grandville's defense after having a struggling week last week on defense against Rockford. Hopefully that's going to be the big bounce back for them, and they're going to keep it up this game, keep the pressure on the quarterback, and now we can maybe work on getting that running back for Jenison slowing down.
Obviously, we have one pass so far, and it's gone well so far. So I'm wondering if Stiegel's going to air toward that air attack, see what I did there, and keep the ball in Fogelslonger's arms. But he looks to have given it to Kuyok there. Obviously, it makes sense. We're a run-first team. But just with how that pass worked with Hardiman last drive, you wonder if that air attack will work later in the game with how heavy these linebackers and corners for the Jenison defense are going to be crashing, expecting the run.
Yeah, kind of on that play, hopefully the fans will go back and watch that replay, but you saw one of the corners in the middle linebackers kind of crash a little bit to the outside, maybe a little bit scared that run play was going to go outside or a pass play was going to happen, and they opened up a lane. Unfortunately, our guy tripped on the line and only got a 4-yard gain.
Fogelslonger under center now. Takes a snap, hands it off to Haney. Haney runs through, breaks a tackle, gets loose, and gets all the way to the 42-yard line, the Jenison 42. And with the end of the first here, Spencer, how are you feeling with how this is going?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely feeling this is a game we should be confident in, and feel like we should 100% come out with a victory on top. But I also feel like we have to be cautious and not get cocky, because there's the old famous saying, if we're getting cocky, we're getting very sloppy with it. And that's not how we want to get in this game. We want to stay pretty strong, and we want to make sure our defense is ready to stop those corners. Our defense is willing to stop that wide receiver plays like we just happened there, but we also got to make sure that run play is not going to break out pretty well. There's much to say about our offense here. We are missing Tank Terry. I've had a lot of buddies say, yeah, you're nothing without Tank Terry, and I think that's not true. I think we are still a great team. I will say Tank Terry is a big part of our offense and our defense, but there's much to say about DJ Hardiman and our quarterbacks here and our wide receiving throws that we're doing. But if it works, it's working. Yep. And like we just saw with DJ Hardiman, that touchdown, hopefully we can see more of that this game.
Yep, and with the second quarter now starting up, it is looking good for the Dogs.
Looks like Jeffrey under center. Hands it off to DJ?
That looks, yep, DJ Hardiman there.
Yeah, sorry. DJ looked like he was out of his original spot on this snap, so maybe they're trying something new here, or maybe I am crazy. But it was a good play. Looks like an injury on the field real quick.
player down on the field here. You never want to see it. Obviously, send our thoughts and prayers to him down there. Just hoping he's okay, can get up off the field, and keep his academic, athletic career going strong and healthy. Big loss at the start of the season for, obviously any loss is big in high school sports. It looks like that's number 20, Brody Scheidman, which is a huge loss if he is ruled out for the game. But another big loss for these Wildcats was the loss of Parker Felgner. Not Parker Felgner, sorry. That is definitely not who they lost. Pierce Ginzer, number 1. He was a senior 3-sport athlete, definitely a really good player, but was injured at the start of the year, which is obviously never what you want to see.
Yeah, for sure. You don't want to see when your star players get hurt, especially when he plays 3 sports.
Fogelslanger with a pass here, looking for Hardiman again. Throws it. What a catch by Hardiman. Hauls it in at the 22-yard line. Toe tap catch there. 23-yard line, correction. But what a throw and what a catch. Fogelslanger to Hardiman once again. They are throwing the ball well today.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to see much more of this. Hopefully we can pull a little more in this game and hopefully bring this into next week's game against Grand Haven and then after that into the game against East Kentwood. Maybe mimic some of the plays that they do out there. Those two are definitely big throwing teams. But like you said, number 20 on Jenison, he's their star running back. Now he's injured. Is he going to come back in this game? If he doesn't, I don't think Jenison comes out even close with the win.
Looks like he's hobbling on the sideline over there, so that's another good sign, jumping around a little bit. But handoff here to Hardiman. Hardiman stiff arms someone to the ground. Tries to shake, shakes off one, spins off another, down to 2 1-yard line. On the goal line, what a run by Hardiman. He's having his game right here.
This is big, especially with missing Tank Terry, and he is our big player for us, but DJ Hardiman is that backup, and he is ready to fill those positions for Tank Terry. And big shoes he has to fill in, but trust me.
He's no backup.
He's no backup, but he's not also the star player for our team, but he's that guy coming in next year. He will be that star player next year. He will be that guy who's going to be having big yards. And now I think he has more yards than Tank Terry this season just because Tank Terry's been out for 2 games.
Yeah, that is a huge loss for the Dogs, but obviously injuries happen. You have to overcome. And Haney here in the carry could have waltzed in, could have broke out his homecoming dances early to get there. And another touchdown for the Dogs here. I expect them, Fogelslanger is running over to Stiegel. They will be going for 2 again to try and make it 14-0. Obviously saw the fumbled snap last time they went for 2, so we'll see what they can do here.
Yeah, I feel like if you're Grandville right now, you just got to work on that snap and make sure, because I think if we get this ball here, we're going to get this 2 points. They haven't really been stopping us at the line. They've been maybe we get like 2-yard gain on some plays, but yeah, I think we got this right here. Maybe even try to throw this ball here.
Fogelslanger under center has the play from Stiegel. Almost gets the defensive line to jump here. Checking back with Stiegel. Back under center now. Set up in that power T form. Snap, handoff to Haney. Haney stumbles at the line and looks like he's inches short of that touchdown. Well, 2-point conversion, but rough there for the Dogs. Probably would have had it if he didn't stumble. Probably tripped over one of the linemen's feet. But whatever happened, the Wildcats minimize and don't let the Dogs get that 2-point conversion once again.
Yeah, rough there. Like, I don't know what to say. Clearly, I think you should have maybe thrown the ball there because we have done that previously in the past. That was usually the only times we ever throw the balls on 2 points is a quick little pass to the tight end. He runs a quick flat and usually works for us. And I feel like maybe that should have been the play there. But also I see where Stiegel's going. It's unfortunate that he tripped up at the line. I think maybe next time you go with an outside run here or even try to push it in farther with a DJ Hardiman run because DJ is unstoppable at the moment.
Yep. Honestly, a lot of the time you are right. We do see that little play-action bootleg around to the right or left edge to throw to a tight end who is usually wide open on those 2-point conversions. Did it a couple times versus Cass Tech, even on just the goal line for some touchdown throws. So it definitely works with us with that play-action bootleg to Fogelslanger's usually strong arm side. but obviously didn't do anything of the sort there, and the Dogs are stopped on that 2-point conversion once again. At least it was to their fault this time and not just a fumbled snap. They got stopped and didn't let the Wildcats get a free break.
Yeah, here comes the kick.
Boots it back to the 8-yard line. Takes it out here. Looks
Flag
like
on the play. 2 flags in the play.
2 flags, so we'll see what those are. But the kickoff unit does a pretty good job there. Keeps them to the 27-yard line. We'll see what happens with these flags.
Looks like it's going to be a holding call. Holding. Holding receiving team number
12, I believe.
Yeah, number 12.
So the Dogs kickoff defense there does a good job. Holds them to the 27 and then gets that holding flag called. And they have the ball starting on their 17.
The 10?
10. Whoa. Oh, it's a spot foul. That's true. That's true. So the foul must have occurred at the 20-yard line and then pushed him back to the 10-yard line. Felgner now in that I form. Scheiderman with the handoff, so it's good to see him back, but he does bounce off a couple Dogs. Doesn't seem to get much of a gain there. Maybe 2 yards? Maybe 1. 2nd and 9 there.
Yeah, just like you said, it's good to see him back and see that he's not fully injured, but you did see like he was wobbling around on the sideline, and he didn't look full force there. He didn't look like he was fully healthy on that run there. Got hit a couple times, didn't like instantly get back into that running position, but it's good to see that he's back. You never want to be injured.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously it's a rivalry here, but you always have to cheer for health over anything else. Felgner here in that shotgun form. Handoff here to Scheiderman once again. Bounces off a tackle up the sideline. Only person to beat is Josh Crater. Stays in and eventually gets pushed out of bounds. Across the 30, somewhere around the 33-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now for these Wildcats. Obviously got stopped on that first play, but Scheiderman could get around the Dogs' edge there and ran for a gain of about 20 yards.
Yeah, the only person he had to beat there was Josh Crater, and Josh Crater has immense speed.
Big baseball player there, Josh Crater. Felgner to Vandergraaf there for a gain of 11. Up to the 44, but again with Josh Crater, another tackle for him, and he is a very good baseball player, committed to Davenport University, which is a D2 school. I bet many of you are familiar with it. Definitely a good program under Coach Tidy, and again with his speed, as you saw with the chase down of Scheidemann a couple plays back, he runs a 6.75 60-yard dash, which if you put into perspective, is incredibly fast.
Yeah, that's some speed of some like NFL players there. So
Scheidemann with another carry here, looks to have gained 4 or 5, setting up 2nd and 6.
yeah, if you're Grandville here, you're looking for a big stop. We got some new people on the line here from the previous two plays. Looks like Daniel Wiley's back there, and I think I saw 51 come in too. Looks off on a jet sweep. Gets thrown back. Tackle by number 55 on the Grandville defense. That is Evan Willman.
I believe it's Wyman, big senior there. But another one of those seniors on the defense. Obviously, we see a ton of seniors like we've touched on before in the stream. But I believe the only juniors I'm seeing on the field here are number 70, Grant Motzke. And I don't know if I see any more. So
I don't even think Grant's not even on the field at the moment.
Grant's not on the field
He just got taken off the field.
Out. I'm not seeing any juniors on the field currently. Just shows the depth in the senior class on this defense. Oh, DJ Hardiman, the only junior I did not see, off the edge and takes Parker Felgner down.
Big play by DJ Hardiman, and just like we said, we didn't think there was a single junior on the field, but we are wrong, and DJ Hardiman's glad to prove us wrong.
Big loss there, setting up the punt here. I believe it was a 2nd and 6, or 3rd and 6 prior to that play, and it is now a 4th and 19, which obviously means that there's a big loss there of about 13 yards.
Yeah, here comes Josh Crater in our receiving the punt. Good punt. Looks like it's about to land at the 40.
Fair catch here for Crater. Crater takes it at the 42-yard line. We'll set up the offense. In a pretty good spot here to start the Bulldogs' 3rd drive of the game with 7 minutes and 8 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, if you're Grandville here, what are you looking forward to on this drive?
I think you stay with that run attack for a couple plays here. And then on maybe a 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, you or like 2nd and 5 maybe, you just break it open with that air attack. Looks like the Wildcats have a safety now. Hand off to Kuyok there. Looks like he gets about 6 yards to set up a 2nd and 4. This is where I'm saying, take your shot here. 2nd and 4. You can get it in 2 downs. Stiegel's obviously a 4-down guy on offense. And if you take your shot here, you either go big or you just have to run it 2 more times.
Yeah, like you just said, Stiegel's a really big 4th-down guy. He will go for a lot on 4th down if it's a smart play, if there's not a lot to lose. But I think you're right. I think he should start throwing the ball a little more often. It's been working well for us. It worked pretty well for us last week, too. There was a couple plays where he overthrew it, but
hand off to Hardiman. Bounces off a tackle. I think he broke through 3 tackles there. All the way to the 42-yard line. Hardiman is having a game here. How about that? Huge catch, huge run, a sack. I mean, what can this guy not do today?
Yeah, like you just said, what can he not do today? He is, he's like Weapon X here. He is doing everything for this team. He's running, he's catching, he's getting sacks for us. Like, he's doing tackles for losses. There is not a lot he can't do right now, and he is filling a lot of holes right now.
Dogs offense here on the 42. Focus longer under center. Fakes the handoff to Crater, and it looks like
another run for DJ Hardiman.
Hardiman once again just feeding him.
Yeah, just like I said, he's been filling a lot of holes for this offense and defense. He's always been a running back for us, but he's taking the place of Tank Terry at the moment, or at least on some plays he is. And then he's been working as kind of a edge sometimes. Sometimes they'll put him at a linebacker position. When I played with him, he was an outside linebacker. Great at that position. He was really good at reading the defense, or not defense, sorry, really great at reading the offense and knowing where the ball was going to be at all times. You always need one of those guys on your team. Looks off play to Josh Crater as the running back.
Talking again about Hardiman, he is a 3-star recruit, but he does not have any offers. So that's a big difference there with Tank and DJ. Tank was a 3-star originally his junior year, and he had a ton of Division I offers. So I think Hardiman is definitely one of those underlooked players who can now definitely shine. Obviously, you don't want Tank to be out ever. He's a huge part of the Grandville offense. But with him out now, I think Hardiman takes the spotlight and can hopefully get some more looks from the college scouts.
Yeah, like just like you said, yeah, DJ doesn't have a lot of. He has actually no offers at all. But I know I was talking to him the other day, and he was hearing some stuff from Ferris State, possibly having the chance maybe to reunite with Tank Terry in a year or two, which would be great to see him that duo back together again. Hopefully, we can see that duo reunite in the playoffs if we make it there. But yeah, I think DJ's going to get a couple offers in these next couple weeks. Hopefully, we'll see some D1 offers and D2 offers.
Hardiman with another carry here. Gets shifty. And looks like he is nope, picks up the first down. Speaking of Ferris State, how about the recent transfer to Ole Miss, Trinidad Chambliss?
Oh my God, I met him in person one time. I did some football camps with him when I was a freshman. Clearly, he was a great dude, knowing him. But now he's at Ole Miss and he's in the Heisman run. And I think he's at 4th spot, maybe 5th spot on that run right now. What a guy!
Forest Hills Northern graduate, so from around here. Haney with the carry here. Gets a push and gets about 5 yards. But how about that? Kid from Forest Hills Northern goes to Ferris State, wins Player of the Year twice at Ferris State, wins 2 national championships, transfers to an SEC school, and is still dominating. I mean, he went from, man, this guy is good at Ferris State, to, man, this guy is an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like there's a lot of guys in D2 and D3 that there are some great guys who can go out and play for some of these SEC schools, Big Ten schools.
Hardiman with another carry here.
Yeah, sorry. No, but yeah, Hardiman with the carry there. But
he is breaking through. He's still up. He is still going. I thought he was stuffed at the line, and he went all the way to the 4-yard line.
Yeah, what I was going to say is a lot of players from D2 and D3 don't get a lot of recognition. I know sometimes linemen will get a recognition from D2 and D3 schools, but not a lot from that quarterback position. And it's great that he transferred there and showing that it proves he's also an NFL quarterback, but also proves that there are people down in D2 and D3 that deserves a shot at these big games. And I'm glad to see that he is doing great at Ole Miss, and I'm rooting for him, even though I am a very proud Michigan fan. But I am very happy to see him doing well there, and I'm seeing that he is doing well in the SAC.
Vogelsong under center here. Hands it off to Haney. Haney gets tripped up, pushing forward. Touchdown. Touchdown, Dogs. Once again, this run attack has been unstoppable. How about these Dogs just breaking through tackles?
If I was Stiegel here, I'm going for 2. Might as well try it, but they're going to go for 1, it looks like.
Like they're going for 2 once again.
No, I think they're going for 1.
Oh, no, they are going for the 1 here. Owen Vasquez, the senior, to kick. Being at a couple of the Bulldogs practices, the structure for kickers is a little odd. They show up about 30 minutes earlier than every other player on the team and just kick field goals for 30 minutes, and then they're good to go. They don't have to stay for any of the position stuff, which honestly is a pretty good gig. Lace is right at his foot there. That probably hurt to kick, but regardless, kicks it in there. Dogs are now up 19-0. Don't know what you do if you are Coach Lucas over there. The Wildcats have not had an answer for this Bulldogs defense or offense.
Here we go with 2 minutes and 23 seconds left on the clock. there is a lot for this Jenison offense to prove, but I think this Grandville defense is going to stop him and hold him with 0 points going into intermission. Funny stat I got earlier before the game is Jenison only averages about 3 points in the second quarter. So, yep. Yep, I know we're laughing here, and I caught Matthew off guard, but yes, they averaged 3.5 points in the second quarter, and they averaged 0 points in the first quarter.
It's definitely a second-half team here for these Wildcats. If the Dogs keep scoring here, you wonder how long the Wildcats are going to let Felgner roll. It's like number 23, Rowan Van Land once again on the return. But obviously you don't want to risk your starting quarterback in a blowout of a game if this game continues the way it's going. And you have a strong backup quarterback there with Carson Rogala, Jr., who was the starter on JV his freshman and sophomore year. Quite good quarterback. Obviously has just been overshadowed by these senior quarterbacks, along with Felgner over the past couple of years. But it's not a bad option if you don't want to risk hurting your starter in Felgner. Felgner in the shotgun form once again. Play action to Scheidemann. Tackled down there by, I believe, Brecken Mann, yes.
Yeah, Brecken Mann, two-sport, maybe three-sport athlete. I know he plays.
Three-sport athlete.
I know he plays basketball for us.
Track athlete as well.
Oh yeah, track. Forgot about him.
Definitely really liked on all around Grandville here. Definitely a good guy to be around. Another screen pass here. Wiggles away from some tackles and gets down to a 3rd and 1. Felgner to Morse there. Ethan Morse, he's also a quarterback, but looks to be in his wide receiver spot. He plays a few positions for these Wildcats, quarterback, wide receiver, and safety, but is definitely not going to be playing quarterback with Felgner in. Felgner with the throw here, throws it up for...
and flag on the play. That's going to be on the defense for sure.
Yeah, Vandergraaf was getting held the whole way. Brecken, I think, was bear hugging his right arm.
Yeah.
To put it lightly, bear hugging the right arm of Vandergraaf.
Yeah, you don't have to put it lightly. You saw what happened there. And Brecken Mann was definitely hugging him, pulling on him. But, yeah. We got a minute and 34 seconds left on the clock, and we're hoping that we can just stop them, even keep them out of field goal range here. And if you're Grandville, I think you can do that here. Here comes the play. Looking for the pass.
Felgner with the pass, throws it out to Scheidemann. Scheidemann gets hit by Kroll at the line. Slow to get up. But coaches rush over to pick him up, and it looks like he's okay. Might have just been feeling that hit there for a second.
That's why coaches tell you to keep your head up, kids. And he was not keeping his head up at all. He straight up just hit. I thought maybe they were going to call a flag in the play, but from my angle, it was a clean hit. And from the ref's angle, clearly it was a clean hit.
Felgner here once more under the shotgun. Trips form here, 3 wide. Felgner rolls out. Looks like to be a false start. The only reason the refs would blow the whistle there is for that false start, and that's what it is. That'll move the Wildcats back for a 2nd and 15 with 1 minute and 27 seconds left to go.
Dinwiddie coming off the field right now. Looks like number 55 is substituting in for him. If you're Jenison here, I'm looking like you're going to air out the ball here, try to get some yards back after that false start.
Yep, another trips form. Inside pass here to Morse. Morse takes it down, gets the first down, wide open. He will score. That is an easy touchdown.
Touchdown, Jenison.
Ethan Morse all the way. That is a crazy play there for the Wildcats. The Dogs just missed him. Morse looked like a triple option screen pass the whole time. No option for a run there, just 3 options for screen passes, and just Morse was left unaccounted for. And just broke loose for about, I think that was a 60-something yard touchdown.
It looked like Josh Crater didn't even look at him, just went past to number 11 and just missed number 6.
Now it looks like number 4, Chatfield, on for the extra point. And it's blocked. Blocked by number 15, Jaden Brown. Our best defensive corner gets around the edge there and takes away the extra point.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like he was just hungry and was mad about that last points on the board. And he wanted to make sure that was a 2-score game still. Not even 2-score, but yeah, we want to even it out. We missed our first attempt getting those extra points, and I think he wanted to even that out, and Jenison doesn't get those extra points to start off. Now we have 1:15 left on the clock. If you're Grandville here, you're going to air out the ball, or are you going to try to do some sneaky run plays? What are you looking at here, Matthew?
I think obviously, you have the option to throw the ball. But with the way our offense has been running it, with 2 timeouts, I don't think we press anything too early, and we let that run game work. If you see an opening, a safety's crashing early, whatnot from Stiegel, Stiegel will call that out. He'll let the quarterback in Fogelslonger know, and I think that's when we throw the ball. But obviously, you got to pick your moment, because you can't just the Wildcats defense will never expect pass, so that's where you gotta beat them there. Chatfield with the kick here. Crater takes it. Crater takes it up. He's at the 40, bounces off a few tackles, stays at the 40. So the Dogs will have 60 yards to go with 1:09 seconds. Obviously, you have Vasquez. I think he could kick. I've seen him make from 45 in practice. Obviously, that's practice, but I think he's got anywhere if you get around the 30, you could test his legs, see what he's got for you.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said earlier, most soccer players, the average soccer player can kick it from the 40 and pretty well. So he's not the average soccer player. He's a better soccer player than that. So I think he could maybe get to the 45 for sure, maybe even 50.
Fogelslonger here under center. Hands it off to Cujo. Cujo gets 2 yards. That's not what you want for the Dogs. Obviously, in high school, you get the first down, the clock stops without taking a timeout. 2 yards is not what you can have here. If you want to stop that clock, you have to roll, get set. Once the official sets the ball, then the clock will roll again. So obviously, you have to be in that quick tempo offense. The Dogs kind of just seem complacent with what they have going here. No huge hustle to get up to the line or anything. But, I mean, we'll just have to see what they end up doing here. Fogelslonger with the snap, hands it off to Hardiman. Hardiman makes a couple cuts, makes a few men miss. Gets about 6 or 7 yards. And looks to have set up a 3rd and 1. It looks like the Dogs are just running out this clock here with 5 seconds to go.
Timeout, Stiegel.
But Stiegel is taking the timeout with 1 second to go. So,
know what?
If you're the Wildcats,
know what? Use it, dude. Use it, man. Let's see what you can cook up here.
You know, Fogelslonger has the arm. Let's see what he can do here. Obviously a baseball player, 4-year varsity player, was on the varsity team as a freshman towards the end of the year. But still, why save the timeout till we have 1 second left on the clock?
Yeah, especially when we got another one we could have used too. We could have stopped one maybe 18 seconds, throw the ball, get it down the field, maybe get in field goal range, maybe run another play after that. But hey, I'm not going to argue. Stiegel's the mastermind behind this whole team, so.
Now look at this for the Dogs. They've got 2 wide and kind of a stack formation.
Timeout.
Keegan
Jenison.
They're out wide for the Dogs was number 2, Keegan Kroll, and number 3, Josh Crater. Definitely a weird formation. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even know what you would have done there. Maybe throwing a screen pass, maybe to that dude, maybe having a guy block, or maybe that's a fake. Maybe that's supposed to be a distraction there.
I'm wondering if you almost get a double pass. Our backup quarterback, Josh Crater, and considering he was lined up behind number 2, Keegan Kroll, with only 1 outside defensive back, I could have seen a double pass there.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't expect anything right here. That's the thing.
And I know Stiegel has been talking to some of his players, and I've heard from some players. There are some trick plays they're trying to come in, and some weird plays that they have drawn up just for like, hey, if this works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But we have DJ Hardman behind Jeffrey, so we'll see.
Same lineup here. Out wide now. Hardiman takes the hit. I didn't even know where he was. I was still stuck on the backfield.
I wish we had another timeout.
Good play there, but why did we save it for so long? That'll take us to halftime now.
That was so beautiful.
Final score for the half here is 19-26, and we are going to take a bit of a break here. We will be back probably at around 7.5-ish minutes in halftime, and get back live. You'll hear us when we're coming back. We'll talk a little bit about how the half's going.
And we'll also look around the OK Red, see how the games are going around there. There's a lot of big games going on tonight. I know Hudsonville is versing Rockford. East Kenwood is versing West Ottawa. And last thing I heard from that game, East Kenwood was up by 28 points. I know Grand Haven is playing Cal, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah, there's a lot of big games. But I will come back around maybe 10 minutes. This is a longer halftime. Where we have a big band coming. We also have some things for homecoming. So we'll be back in around 5 minutes. Hope you guys enjoy the band show.
For Epic, this saga promises dazzling battles, thrilling escapes, and one unforgettable conclusion. In every universe, Grandville always prevails. May the grit be with us. The class of 2029, your freshmen. Next up is the class of 2028, your sophomores. Welcome to the biggest picture show this town has ever seen. Roll out the red carpet because tonight's feature presentation is Best in the West, directed by the class of 2028. This Oscar-winning film stars the notorious, infamous gold-stealing wildcat outlaw. He's wanted for years of petty crimes and general skullduggery across the frontier. But have no fear, citizens. There's one lawman who's sick of his shenanigans, and he's here to deliver justice. We're talking about the star of our show, the one, the only, the fastest draw this side of the Mississippi, Sheriff Bulldog. This town ain't big enough for the both of them. This isn't just a game, it's a Western blockbuster. Let the roundup begin. The class of 2027, our juniors, is pushing Zac Efron and his crew aside and taking center stage with High School Musical. And this time, the script doesn't end with the Wildcats on top. The Jenison Kitty Cats think they're ready for the spotlight, but when the curtain rises and the whistle blows, they'll learn the truth. On the field, it's not about hitting the high notes, it's about hitting hard. The Grandville Bulldogs will steal the show, storm the gridiron, tackle every challenge, and leave the Wildcats out of tune because once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. That's your junior class banner. And now, last but not least, we have the class of 2026. Step into the golden age of Hollywood, where the spotlight burns bright and legends are born. Tonight, the stars of the silver screen are not actors, but athletes, the Dogs, dazzling audiences both on the field and in the reel of memory. Picture it, a dashing bulldog, sharp as a tuxedoed leading man, flashing a grin so brilliant it stops the crowd in its tracks. The cameras click, the fans roar his name like a chorus on opening night. In the shadows, the Jenison Wildcat lurks behind the lens, desperate to capture the magic, but some things can't be photographed. Some things, like true star power, can only be felt. This bulldog isn't just a player, he's a showman, a timeless icon. He'll outclass, outshine, and outplay any rival. Victory won't just be earned, it will be staged with style, sealed with charisma, and remembered long after the curtain falls. And when the final credits roll, the class of 2026 will have written their masterpiece, a homecoming triumph that glitters like Hollywood's Walk of Fame, forever etched as a classic worth watching again and again. Your class of 2026, the seniors. Ladies and gentlemen, now on the field is the high school marching band, fall concert band, and the 8th grade bands. The Grandville Mass Band is made up of over 280 students in grades 8 through 12. This evening, the Grandville combined bands are under the direction of Anna Wehrling. They will open the halftime show with a pop favorite, Party Rock Anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, the Grandville Mass Band. Ladies and gentlemen, now on the field is the Grandville High School Marching Band. Their show is entitled All Roads Lead to Rome. Drum majors, Sophia Viviano, Logan Garcia, Ava Petruska, Olivia Evans, and Louis McCarthy, and the Grandville High School Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Grandville High School marching band under the direction of Eduardo Garcia and Ross Huber. All right, Bulldog fans.
All right, well, we are back now after that halftime. How are we feeling about the Bulldogs going into the second half?
Yeah, if you're the Bulldogs offense here, you have done a lot of risk plays here. As you saw the last play of the quarter, we did a weird trick play to DJ Hardeman where he ran up the middle. No one saw it really coming. Both of us saw it was going to be a pass play here, which it wasn't, but that was a nice play. Hopefully we can see more of that. DJ Hardeman has been a big impact for this Grandville offense these last couple of quarters, and he was a big part of the offense last week for us against Rockford. We just didn't convert at all. But he's also been a big part of the defense with that a sack and deflection down while he's playing middle linebacker or outside linebacker there. But, yeah, if you're Granville's defense here, you're feeling pretty confident playing against this Jenison team that hasn't really done much. So, yeah, I'm hoping that you can maybe get some more things like that interception we had in that first quarter. But, yeah, and I don't know what you would say about this offense here and going into this play, the third quarter.
Yeah. So I definitely think Stiegel is going to have to work that run game. Work that run game so you can set up that pass. Because obviously these Wildcats have to expect the run. If you don't expect the run, your linebackers aren't going to be able to crash. You're never going to be able to stop this running back trio of Haney, Kuyok, and Hardeman. I mean, they still can't stop Hardeman as of right now. So, like, what do they do here? They have to expect the run, which is what the Dogs need. They need to have them expect that run, and then that's where you break open the pass. You throw that pass and a big point. I mean, obviously the Wildcats are receiving the kickoff to start the second half. So if they go down and score, you need to start putting points back up on the board. 19-0 is comfortable. 19-6 is where it starts to get a little less comfortable now, because if the Wildcats go down and score, it's at minimum 19-12.
Yeah, that Jenison offense there, they didn't really convert much. The running back did a lot in the first quarter, then got kind of injured on a defensive play. So we haven't seen much of him since doing those big impact plays. We still have seen him get the ball, but he hasn't done much like he usually does. But that touchdown pass for Jenison, they were at the 43-yard line and just kind of read through everything. But, yeah, much. But we're on the OK Red right now. How do you feel about Hudsonville being up on 28 points to – or not 40 points. 28 points to Rockford, especially playing Rockford last week, and we lost to Rockford 28-0.
Yeah, that's frightening, to say the least, here in the OK Red. Rockford is a solid team.
For sure. Yeah,
as we saw last week, Rockford is a good team. I mean, they beat us 28-0.
Yeah.
And Hudsonville at half. I mean, Brent Sandy has put together an amazing program there at Hudsonville. They were obviously the state runner-up last year to an amazing Cass Tech team.
Which we already played this season, too, and we lost to them in overtime by a field goal. So
it's a duel here with the Dogs, right? You go to Cass Tech, and it's a game you should have won. You were in position to kick the game-winning field goal. Unfortunately, our kicker didn't have his mouth guard in, and that was the problem. With the new rule in the OK Red, if you don't have a mouth guard in, you are forced to sit out the possession. So that's where our backup kicker wasn't warmed up or anything. We had nobody to kick the ball. That's why we couldn't win that game there. So you really got to wonder with these Dogs. Like, obviously with Tank Terry out, we're a little bit different now, but if they can be consistent, they have a chance of making a run in the playoffs. But if they falter like they did against Rockford and keep that up, then I don't think we're going to see a super deep run like we expected at the start of the year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I also want to point out across the OK Red, too, the Falcons of East Kenwood are up by 38 points to West Ottawa, which is also not a strong team in the OK Red right now. But stats around us versus Jenison all time, we have beat Jenison for the last 14 years. Last time that Jenison beat us was 2011, according to my research, which they beat us by a touchdown and last second. So they haven't beat us in over, 14 years. So that's pretty big for Grandville staying a lot there. But we are getting back to the game. We are about to kick off the third quarter.
Yep, here we go. Owen Vasquez now teeing up the pigskin. We have 24 minutes left in this game. Dogs up 19-6. Looks like it will be number 17, Luke Vandergraaf, and number 23, Rowan Van Land, back deep to split the returns. And here we go. Vasquez kicks it over to number 23, Van Land. Van Land takes it. Gets tackled by a group of Bulldogs, taken down at the 25-yard line, it looks. So it's the same as a touchback.
Yeah, basically the same as a touchback. Instead of maybe should have taken the touchback. He got hit a couple times there. Took a couple hits from a couple dogs. So going into this defensive play, you're looking at trying to get to this quarterback, trying to put a little more pressure onto this running back who is pretty injured right now, coming off a couple bad hits in the first quarter and the second quarter. You're also looking to, like I said, pressure the quarterback making some stupid throws and probably get the interception back. And Josh Crater, Brecken Mann, and all these other corners here are ready to put up some big points for us.
Yeah, I mean, somebody who made a difference not as a corner was Jaden Brown, but he is our best corner. Statistically, he doesn't allow many big plays, but we haven't seen a ton out of him besides that block punt. Now Scheidemann with that handoff. We talked a bit about him being hurt, but he bowls through a few Dogs defenders to get 6 yards and sets up a 2nd and 4 here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, last year he had 2 touchdowns against us in the fourth quarter. Even though Jenison did lose to us last year 46-35, they put up a pretty good fight in that last couple minutes of the fourth quarter. And with him having 2 touchdowns and almost 140 yards, actually 150 yards almost, that's pretty big to have him here for Jenison.
Scheidemann again on that carry, tried to break it outside, but
yeah, tackle for a loss for 2
got
yards.
Smoked by the Bulldogs. They just had a ton off the edge there. So this will set up a big 3rd and 7 here for the Wildcats as they look to convert. Coach Lucas off the Wildcat sideline, calling in the play to number 2, Parker Felgner. Sets up in the I form, 2 wide on the close side of your screen, 1 far. Felgner looks for the play action pass, throws it down to number 8, Brady Hubbs. We have not called his name at all there. So
yeah, the only time we see Brady Hubbs today was when he was lined up behind the right guard and did a block, but he hasn't caught the ball at all this game yet compared to his teammates of number 11 and number 17 who have had big plays for this Jenison offense.
I mean, and Ethan Morse. Ethan Morse broke through on that touchdown. I wonder if the Dogs weren't expecting anything from there. I mean, he lines up in that tight end spot off the edge. He's on the right side of the line. They might have just not accounted for him. Scheidemann now here with the carry. Looks to have got 3 yards. Sets up a 2nd and 7. Good job there by the Dogs to limit the run there. Looked like there was a hole, but the Dogs closed it up real quick and held him to just 3 yards.
Yeah, you're going to try to stop this run game pretty well, but you got to also be cautious of this passing game for this Jenison offense here.
Felgner now in the shotgun. Hard count here to see what the defense is holding. Keegan Kroll talks in with Stiegel. Now is on the left side of the defense. Looks to be in some sort of zone here, considering Keegan Kroll is kind of just off in no man's land, not really guarding anybody. Might be trying to contain that edge in case there's an inside zone handoff. But looks like the Wildcats had to call a timeout here.
Yeah, it looked like there was a lot of confusion on the Jenison offense there. The Wildcats didn't really know what to do. They were looking for us to jump off sides there, but unfortunately we did not. And now the Jenison team has to take a sacrifice of a timeout to knock that flag there. Yeah, what you were saying about Keegan Kroll, Josh Crater there.
It was Keegan Kroll.
Okay, sorry. Yep. Okay, so I thought I was right about Keegan Kroll. Yeah, Keegan Kroll, out of really no man's land there. I think if you're kind of Grandville here, you're looking for that blitz, kind of like what DJ Hardiman had in that first half of the game where he got that sack. Maybe they're trying to recreate that here, or maybe it's kind of a just in case that running back goes outside there. But yeah,
now it does look like the Dogs are setting up a type of a man. Previously, it looked like a zone type of maybe blitz contain, but now with Felgner running the speed option, tosses out to Scheidemann. Scheidemann gets smoked by Keegan Kroll off the edge. What a play by the senior to come flying in there, take away that speed option. Felgner pitched it, and Scheidemann was instantly hit.
Yeah, it's going to be a loss of yards. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 10 for this. 3rd and 9 for this Jenison offense.
Big play there, though. Demarion Carter checking in here on that right nose tackle, it looks like, with number 21, Carter Kubzak, on the outside. Bulldogs looks to fake blitz there. Might still be coming. Yep, coming, setting up the blitz. Gets in there. Demarion Carter, who we just said, gets in, and he makes a big hit, and he has sacked the quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. That blitz there was crazy. And like we said earlier in the game, we didn't know if he was going to return this year after having that injury, but you know he loves this game, and you know that Siegel was willing to take him back. And now he's doing big plays for us, and now we have the chance to get a touchdown here, and we stopped him here, and that's what we were looking for going into this half, to start off the half.
Yep. I mean, why wouldn't you want him back on your team? He's a great dude, great personality, great guy to just have around. Obviously, Stiegel wanted to check his commitment, if he was really committed to coming back, but he definitely was, loves the game, plays with an amazing fire. Hardiman almost gets in to block that. Crater has to call a fair catch as it's a shorter punt. But the Dogs will start at the 39, maybe 40, 39 and a half yard line to start off this drive with 7 minutes and 28 seconds left in this third quarter.
Yeah, if you're Granville's offense here, are you going to air out the ball here, or are we going to run this for a while and try to run some clock down?
At this point in the game, I think you're running the ball. Obviously, you have that pass play in the back pocket. It looks like the Wildcats have started to put a high safety in, but like it just is. It's whatever you want, really, for Coach Stiegel. Whatever he wants to do. Hands it off to Hardiman again here. Hardiman breaks it outside for a few.
So a 4-yard gain?
Yep, 4-yard gain here. Clock keeps ticking. Good for the Dogs. Want to try and save injuries, obviously. Shorten the game up as much as you can by just keeping running this ball, keep the ball on the ground. But also have that still be aggressive here and try and get those touchdowns, because points aren't going to come easy the rest of the game. Most of these defenses have definitely talked over what went wrong and what they need to do. So be aggressive, but also passive at the same time. Hardiman here breaks through the tackle, but gets tripped up. Looks like he gained about 2.
Yeah, why not keep feeding it to Hardiman after the results he's given us tonight? So here comes the Grandville offense on a 3rd and 4th. If you're Grandville here, I think you're going for another run play, but it's also there's that option to throw the ball. If I'm Stiegel here, I'm really worrying that are we gonna keep running this ball, and is this Jenison team gonna get us? Looks like there's gonna be a blitz. There you go. And yeah, they run the ball and don't get it. It's gonna be a 4th and 3rd.
No move at all to get the punt unit on. So, talked about it earlier today. Stiegel is a 4-down guy. You are going to see him go for it on 4th down more than Dan Campbell. So, you know, he's a guy who wants to go for it on 4th down. Obviously, in high school football, it's a little different. But he's going to go and try and get these 3 yards.
Yeah, hopefully he throws the ball here, but it looks like it's going to – oh, yeah. Ooh.
Ooh, that is not the play you want.
Yeah, not at all. It looked like for Grandville's offense, that play is called called naked boot, and that's naked boot 18, where he rolls off to the left side, and it didn't work. But on naked boot, there's always that option to throw the ball, and it looked like that blitz came in too quick for that Grandville O-line and got to the quarterback before he could throw that ball off. But student section is still rolling and still proud, so hey, keep the momentum going. We're going to have a great game here.
5:21 now left in this third quarter. Big stop there for the Cats. Felkner now under center in that shotgun form. 3 wide to the left. Hands it off to Scheidemann. Scheidemann rumbles through, probably for 3 or 4 yards. Set up a 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7.
Okay, keep my. You guys are stupid.
Ogner here under shotgun. Takes the snap. Throws it to number 11 here. I think that's his first catch of the game here. Max McKinney.
No, he's had a couple screen passes here. I know that he had the one earlier in the first quarter where he got hit and dropped it out of bounds, and we thought that was going to actually be called a fumble. But, yeah, he's been really the screen pass guy for this Jenison offense in this game and the last couple games they played. Yeah, going back to Jenison's game last week, losing by 48 points to Hudsonville, that's not pretty. Both these teams got shut out last week, and both of them are trying to redeem themselves after a not great offensive game for both of them.
Felkner here hands it off to Scheidemann. Scheidemann gets stopped at the line. That was 3rd down and 2, so we're going to see another 4th down here. Big chance here for the Dogs to change that momentum back after giving the Wildcats the ball in the same type of position.
Yeah, Jenison doesn't have as great as a kicker as Grandville does, but they still have that chance to kick it. But I don't think they're going to do that.
Obviously, it's not an easy kick for any high schooler.
Oh,
here.
no, not at all, but
it's about, from here, I would think, what, a 54-yard kick? Yeah, around 54 yards for a high schooler. So obviously won't see much of that. I think the only kicker around here that I know of that consistently hits from there is around over at West Catholic. But Felkner gets smoked at the line from a blitz, and there was no chance. Felkner's a little upset here. Probably some miscommunication with the offensive line. But the Dogs get the ball back right away after that 4th down stop and get a 4th down stop of their own.
yeah, we're heading north now, boys, and this is time where hopefully we're going to be running this ball a little more often and getting through that gaps. I think we maybe tried these couple pass plays here, airing out that ball, because it's been working pretty well for us consistently today, and it has worked consistently for us in the last couple weeks leading to this day. Today, English. Sorry, guys.
Vogelslonger here, reading what the Cats offense has to offer. Potentially some miscommunication with the clock. Yep, that's what it was. Now the ball is set. Vogelslonger under center. Takes the handoff, gives it off to Hardiman once again. Hardiman rumbles down for a gain about 4 yards. It'll set up a 2nd and 6. Correction, 3 yards, so 2nd and 7. But still.
Yeah, I feel like, Grandville keeps handing off to DJ Hardiman, and DJ Hardiman's been producing a lot of stuff for us today, and hopefully that if they're going to keep relying on him while Tank Terry's out, he's going to keep producing these great results for us on offense and defense for us.
Yeah, I mean, he has played a heck of a game here. Hopefully he keeps it up. Vogelslonger hard counts there, switches the play now. Must have seen something to run over to Stiegel there and talk to him about it. Back under center now. Hands it off to Haney. Haney breaks it outside. Fumbles the ball, and the Wildcats easily recover that. Looks like a helmet just hit straight on the ball. Haney lost it right away, popped straight towards the Wildcats defenders, and it looks like Cohen Chatfield was the one who recovered the ball.
From the OK Red, Rockford finally is on the board against Hudsonville. It is 7-28, Hudsonville lead. Yeah, going back to that fumble there, it looked like just head-on collision there, and just straight up, you saw the ball pop out and easily recovered by the Jenison defense.
Felgner back under center here after that quick change of possession, hands it off to Scheidemann. Scheidemann gets swarmed at the line, but breaks through to get 0 yards, but avoids that loss.
Yeah, last year, like I said last year, he was a big part of that Jenison offense, and I don't know if it's just because Grandville planned for him to be that big part of the Jenison offense, or that he got hurt in the first half and still is kind of dealing with that he's just not producing as much. I think it's a little bit of both, in my opinion. But hopefully that injury isn't going to affect him leading into the next couple weeks.
In that I form now for Felgner. Felgner pitches it out to Scheidemann. Scheidemann breaks it around the edge. He just keeps rolling. Rolls down to, well, looks like they're going to spot him at the 34-yard line. Obviously not what you want at the Dogs. Cam Leonard, the senior, had the chance to make a diving tackle, just couldn't trip him up. Scheidemann runs through it and gets the first down and gets down to the 34-yard line for the Wildcats. I mean, it seems like every other play the Wildcats have a chance of breaking it big. I mean, this defense can stand strong, but the play calling has gotten a lot better here. Felgner on the screen pass to number 11, Max McKinney. Gets the first down, I believe. No. Second down and 3. I was nowhere close.
No, you good. Yeah, but kind of what we've been saying is, like, that 11 guy, he has been a big part of this Jenison defense on those screen passes. Sometimes they break out, sometimes they don't. As, like, you saw in that play just got us Jenison 7 yards. But a couple plays ago, they lost 3 yards on the play. So it's a high-risk, high-reward play there for Jenison.
It's a weird style of offense here for the Wildcats as they hand it off again to Scheidemann. I mean, it's working, so why not stick with it? He rumbles down to the 21 and gets another first down. But it's kind of a weird, like, run and screen type of offense. You have a good quarterback, so I'm surprised they're not airing it out as much, but I wonder if they're shying away from that a little more as Felgner threw that interception at the start of the game.
Yeah, for sure. That definitely rattles a quarterback. I think this is, like you said, this was his first year starting as a quarterback, so He doesn't have a lot of experience behind the center. But, yeah, that scares the quarterback, especially after I think he threw 3 last week.
Another screen to McKinney here. Man has the chance and pushes him out of bounds. Looks to be a gain of about 5 yards, and it's at the 17-yard line as the clock continues to tick down in this third quarter. Wildcats are in the red zone and definitely have that chance to put themselves closer to evening out this game. I would expect Coach Lucas here to push it, try and get another play in, which is what he'll do. Hands it off to Scheidemann. Scheidemann rumbles down for a gain of about 4 or 5. Looks to set up a 3rd and 1 here.
Looks
as
like
the clock ticks down and we head into the 4th quarter.
Looks like there was a little bit of arguing between the ref and Brecken Mann on that play there. Play before, you kind of saw him talking to the ref about something with his right shoulder, how he keeps getting held there. And after that play, I don't know what happened, but I saw Brecken Mann's jersey away from the shoulder too, and he was complaining to the ref, and the ref kind of shook his head yes. So maybe there's been a little bit of holding right there in that screen pass play. So hopefully we can see what's going on in this next play if that happens again. But yeah, looks like the ref and Brecken Mann had to talk about something over there on the sideline. But here we go. We're entering the 4th quarter, and Grandville is up by 13. Not the numbers you want to see coming from Grandville, especially playing one of your weaker opponents in the OK Red. We do have to play. We still have to play East Kenwood and Hudsonville, which are probably the two strongest people in the OK Red still.
I don't know about it after Rockford, the way they played us. I mean,
Well, if you're looking at Hudsonville is manhandling, if that's the right word, Rockford right now. It's clearly it's I think it's about to be 35-7 Hudsonville. East Kenwood, we haven't got an update from that their score, but last time we checked, it was 38-0, and it's still the same score there. We just got the check. But, yeah, we haven't got a score from Grand Haven and Cal all night long, so we usually don't get a lot of scores from Grand Haven during their games, so hopefully we'll get one after the game or our post-game show.
Felgner here with a design keeper, and he gets swarmed. Oh, got to be careful there. But Demarion Carter made an amazing play there. Looked like a little rough on the quarterback there, but no flags, so we're all good.
Yeah, I talked to one of the refs this week about flags about hitting after the whistle. I don't know if you guys saw, but there was this massive hit that happened into a California football game last week, and this kid broke all of his ribs, and ever since then, the refs have been kind of weary about hitting after the whistle, especially with linemen. So I think refs are going to start looking at that more often and calling more flags after hitting after the play.
Yeah, I mean, never want to see that in a football game. It's a high school football game. That is a terrible, gruesome injury, especially with the recovery.
Have you seen the video?
I have, and it is not pretty. Levels of sportsmanship that should never go that low. As Scheidemann gets another carry, rumbles down to the 9-yard line. But again, with what you're saying, I think refs are definitely going to start taking in that these are high school kids. They still have to go to school. It's not like in the NFL where you're getting paid to play this amazing game. And
yeah, you're not getting paid millions of dollars to go out and put your body on the line every single week. You still have to go out and work at school and possibly go off to college and play this game that you love. Yeah, sorry for interrupting there for sure, but yeah, you don't want to get hurt. Scheidemann with another run up the outside. Looked like he was going to go to the middle and then cut outside.
Ball on the 8 here, 2nd and goal. Wildcats obviously have to score if they are going to stay in this game. Felgner now under center to running back, side to side. Takes a snap, hands it off to Scheidemann. Scheidemann rumbles through. Interesting play call there. Now sets up a 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line. We'll see what Coach Lucas here for the Wildcats sets up now.
Yeah, if you're Grandville's defense here, you got a 3rd and 5. You're going to try to make sure you put some pressure on the QB here. Hopefully get another interception like earlier in the game. But, yeah, 3rd and 5. The hell bells are ringing right now. And what are we going to do here? Are you going to rush the quarterback, or are we going to stay pretty strong on this corners and watching for the pass play?
Motion here. Felgner takes a snap, looks for the throw. Gets tipped at the line, and no one can come up with it. Thought while it was in the air there that the Bulldogs might be able to come up with another interception, but ball falls down into that maroon and white end zone untouched, and will set up a 4th and goal, in which looks like the Wildcats might be going for it here on this 4th and goal. Obviously a crucial play here in the 4th quarter with 9 minutes and ticking once the ball gets snapped here. We're going to be under 9 minutes. This is a crucial play here. If you're the Wildcats, you have to score. Motions out right, throws it back, and it is caught by number 11, Max McKinney, and the Wildcats are back in the game. It is 19-12 here. With just under 9 minutes to go. I mean, this could be a 6-point game here. The Dogs need to get their offense going again. They have not scored since the first half.
Yeah, terrible performance by the Grandville offense this, starting the second half, but we've had a lot of competition with this this Jenison defense. But looking on after that play, I don't know if anyone saw this, but Daniel Wiley came off the field looking like he has a head injury. He's on the sideline right now, just drinking water with his helmet off, so hopefully he's all right. He's one of our best D tackles, but he usually comes off on 4th down plays, so maybe it's just nothing.
Blocked again. What is happening here? These defensive linemen up front for the Bulldogs are blocking everything. I don't think I've seen 2 blocked extra points, or just a single blocked extra point in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, going back to that play, number 11 is for this Jenison offense is very much a screen pass guy we talked about all day long. You're wondering if this Jenison defense was gonna go for an onside kick there, especially the Grandville receiving team thought they were for a second, or was prepared for if it was gonna happen.
Number 4, Cohen Chatfield now kicks it away. Good kick here. Kuyok will just let it land in the end zone here for the touchback. The Bulldogs will get the ball at the 25-yard line to set up this crucial drive here. Got to put some points on the board with just under 9 minutes left.
Yeah, going back to the Daniel Wiley situation, he's on the field right now, so hopefully whatever happened to that head hit he's all right. He's a strong guy. I don't know if I'm overacting the situation, but he went on the sideline and talked to the athletic trainer, and he took off his helmet, so maybe something hurts for a second, or maybe he hit his ear, but he's perfectly fine now, looks like, so hopefully he will play pretty well in our offensive line and come back on that defensive line and get ready to make some big plays for us.
Definitely a big player. Got a lot of offers. Fogelslonger rolls out here. Almost picked off here by number 9, Carson Rogala. That tipped off his hands. That was like the targeted receiver was Rogala there. I mean, Fogelslonger basically gave him a gift and he couldn't come up with it. So lucky for the Dogs here that nothing bad happened.
Yeah, going back to that pass play, I'm still kind of confused what happened there because you had DJ Hardiman who was basically wide open, just had to do a little pass right over the defender, and that would have been a couple yards up the field and would have been really good. Now we're handing off the ball to DJ Hardiman with that spin move.
Hardiman spins off again. Oh, my goodness. All the way to the 42-yard line. Oh, no, there's a flag. Probably going to be some type of unsportsmanlike conduct being that late.
So the Grandville offense is moving back a little bit.
Just waiting for the call here.
I think they said encroachment. I couldn't really hear. It looked like the mic was very quiet, but it was on the Grandville offense. So they're moving back a couple yards. I can't tell what that call was. I think it was encroachment or unsportsmanlike conduct. But yeah, very confused on that call there. But probably the right call, especially knowing seeing how they jumped up there and did an unnecessary celebration.
It couldn't have been unsportsmanlike conduct. It had to be something before the snap.
Well, it was kind of weird because they threw the flag on the 40, and then he picked up the flag and threw it to the 42. So something
just resetting there for a 2nd and 7 doesn't make any sense. As if it was unsportsmanlike conduct, they'd still have that first down, just moved back a while. But anyways, Vogelslonger under center here at the 24-yard line. Hands it off to Hardiman once again. Oh, Braylon Haney, correction. And gains 4 yards to set up a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what that flag was in that play. Hopefully we're going to get a call from the other press box and see what that flag was.
Vogelslonger under center now. Getting set to take the snap. Got the play from Stiegel. Hands it off to Hardiman once again. Hardiman gets stuffed at the line by a pack of Wildcats and looks to have gotten 1 yard. So the Wildcats are going to have another chance here, which is obviously not great for the Dogs as they get a big play taken back and the Wildcats just have all the momentum right now. Oren Kuyok will be set for his first punt of the game. He is a pretty strong punter. I think he's averaging around 43-ish yards a punt. Low snap, but gets it away regardless. Kicks it off. And that is not a great punt. Shanks it to the side. He will have gotten it to the 48-yard line, which means it is only a 30-yard punt here, which is not ideal for the Dogs, but regardless, they're going to have to make do with what happened and just figure it out, really. They've got to figure out how to stop this Wildcat offense. Can't let them get back in the game here. They've had the lead all game now, and all the momentum seems to be with the Wildcats here.
Yeah, going back to that flag there, they never got an official call on it. It looks like they called chop block with the hand signals, but they called interference with the hand signals too, which is kind of weird because he did 2 hand signal motions. So we won't get that full thing about that flag till probably after the game happened. But that was very confusing, and I'm sorry that we cannot explain what happened there. But Daniel Wiley is coming on the field right now and getting exchanged for number 70, Matt Key? Motzke, sorry, Motzke.
Yeah.
77 is Matt Key.
Motzke is 70, I believe. Oh, tipped in the line, picked off by Crater. Crater's going to bring it back. That is going to be a pick 6. That is a huge change of events here for the Bulldogs. Had 0 offense, and you know what? The defense will step up and score for you.
Yeah, if your offense can't do the job, then here comes your defense coming in and making big plays for you.
Bulldogs steal a touchdown there with Felgner's 2nd interception of the game. What a change of momentum here. Looks like the Dogs offense can't do anything. Hand the ball basically back to the Wildcats the whole second half, and then the Dogs deflect the pass, and Crater's just right there to pick it off and run it all the way back for a quick 6.
I do stand corrected on that last play. Daniel I did come in for Matt Key. Well, what is happening with the extra points today for Grandville and Jenison?
Obviously not ideal, but still a 13-point lead. Nothing you can be too mad about, especially after the performance the offense is having. Weird score, though, 25-12. Don't see that very often in football games. Obviously, it's been caused by a lack of the extra points and 2-point conversions, but, you know, it is what it is. Dogs have the lead as we have 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter on this homecoming Friday. Obviously, the Bulldogs are looking forward to homecoming tomorrow and have had fun with this homecoming week.
Yeah, for sure. It's homecoming week. You always want to come out to homecoming week on a Friday night and win for your school and hype up the school for the dance the next day. It always sucks if you lose your homecoming game. That was always the games you're looking forward to win, and right now Grandville is winning, and hopefully we can keep that up.
Stands are packed today for this game. Definitely the most crowded game of the regular season for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
It's not even close. I mean, you get all the returning people who went to the high school come back for a good football game. Usually Grandville does come out on top on their homecoming games, but this game has been pretty good so far for a homecoming game.
Yeah, like you just said, you always want to win the homecoming games, and it's always one of the most packed game. But I do feel like our veterans game is usually another packed game we come out to. There's always a flyover every year. I know we played Jenison 2 years ago on our veterans game. I love coming to the veterans game. I loved commentating it last year against. I think we played them again. I think we played Grand Haven last. Nope. No, give me a second. I'm trying to remember. We played Grand Haven for homecoming last year. We played West Ottawa for our veterans game last year. That was a great game.
I believe it was Hudsonville, actually, our freshman year. And I think we came out 23-21 to win that, as Scheidemann rumbles down with a huge carry. I believe it was Hudsonville.
No, I think it was Jenison, because I remember it was a very smoky night, and we beat Jenison 43-13.
Freshman year.
No, I think the game that we beat Jenison 43-13 was the veterans game. I would love to get proven wrong. So we're both wrong.
Scheidemann here on the carry. He breaks it loose. Only man to beat is number 2, Keegan Kroll, but that is a hard man to beat as Keegan Kroll takes him down here. Big gain there again for Scheidemann.
So we're both wrong. It's West Ottawa. What was that? Sounded like there was a car crash in the parking lot.
Looks to have been a timeout by someone, but I'm not exactly sure who yet. Either a stoppage in play for an injury, maybe, or a timeout, but there has been no official ruling of either signaled. It looks like it could have been an injury with how Crater is walking off the fan.
It's number 20 on the sidelines on the Grandville sideline.
Number 20 here, Brody Scheidemann again getting hit and like wobbling off the field. He has taken some big hits, and obviously he has to come out for the play. So he looks to be in a lot of pain and has definitely pushed through some pain for his Wildcats, and been a huge part of this offense and defense for the Wildcats.
Now you're wondering if this was Granville's plan to play physical against him, knowing that he kind of, I just looked at a thing he got hurt a couple weeks ago in week 2 against, I don't know who they played week 2. No, sorry. But
obviously, you never try to injure a player.
No, never.
That's not what we're saying at all.
No, not at all. We're just saying the game plan was to come out physical and play strong on that rush game against. And sometimes, unfortunately, you do get hurt. It looks like flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be.
Feldner speeds through, but apparently stepped out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
It looks like there's going to be
there's a flag
holding on the Jenison offense on number 11, if I'm not mistaken.
Waiting for the official ruling here. It is a holding call.
It's against Grandville.
Grandville. Well, that makes it interesting here. Obviously, they'll decline the penalty and take the result of the play. But what a weird play there.
Yeah, very weird call because it was thrown in the behind the wide receiver in the corner. I'm not going to argue with the call because I probably was holding on our team. I know it's been a really physical side on with 11 and 17 for the Jenison team. And what a touchdown for Jenison, the quarterback taking it himself.
Parker Felgner there definitely is a fast player. He is committed to, I believe, Lake Michigan Community College for baseball. I could be incorrect there. But he is a very good baseball player. Playing against him for the past couple of years, he's solid. He has a great glove. Definitely his best sport is in baseball, but he's a great quarterback here for Jenison, and I am correct. He is committed to Lake Michigan Community College for baseball. But what a run by him there to put the Wildcats now with the extra point within 6 points. 5 minutes and 5 seconds left with the Bulldogs only having a 6-point lead, so they definitely need to go down and score.
Yeah, you're Grandville here. Your run game's going to take up some time, so hopefully Siegel's going to stay strong on that. But you're going to have to keep getting these first downs, and we have struggled a little bit on offense the second half. So hopefully Siegel is going to help try to get some of that room, get DJ Hartman some reps here, and hopefully he can get the outside run with that good old spin move he has. But if you're Grandville here, you're prepared for an onside kick here.
Good to see Josh Crater back. Obviously, big part of our team. Wobbled off the field on the last possession, but he is back again in that on that left side, closest to you on your screen. Cohen Chatfield here with a kick. Boots it back, and that's going to land in the end zone once again. He's not even giving Kuyok the chance to return it.
Yeah, why would you give him the chance, especially with how this this receiving team does sometimes. We will make on some of those breakout plays and sometimes get to the 40-yard line, and that's what we're looking for right now. But at the same time, we're also looking forward to keep just grinding up the field, cut down some of that clock, hopefully maybe get down the field, score a touchdown, make it a 2-score game. And Jenison's going to be pretty strong on this. Rush looks like they're lining up 7 on the top, 2 linebackers, and 2 safeties.
Hardeman here with the carry, breaks it outside, gets a couple blocks, but looks to have gotten stopped up after rolling for about 5 yards. So this sets up a 2nd and 5 on the 30-yard line.
2nd and 5.
Yeah, 2nd and 5. Just like I said, just don't rush anything. You got a little bit of time. Hopefully you can try to get the Wildcats to use one of their timeouts in this drive here, maybe even both of them. Give Wildcats no time when they get the ball back.
Fulgus longer under center here. Takes a snap, hands it off to Haney. Haney rumbles and
first down.
Gets his first down. Ran for about 6 yards there.
On stop, number 14, Colin Harima. Yeah, he's been like a strong safety middle linebacker for this Jenison team. Hasn't really done much for them today. I know he's played a pretty big role in them last year. I know he's played a pretty big role in them weeks before last week. I know he didn't play well last week. No one really did for the Jenison team against that 42-point loss to Hudsonville. But yeah, he's lined up as a linebacker right now.
Fulgeslander back under center here. Hands it off to Haney once more. No, correct. I think Kuyok. Yep, Kuyok. And gained about 1 yard, and it looks like the Wildcats are using a timeout here just to stop that clock with 3:21 left to go. They need to stop here, to put it simple. Clock's not their friend, obviously. And they're losing time here to come back in this game.
Jenison football bus drivers, please get your buses pulled up to the north end zone. Jenison bus drivers, please get your buses pulled up to the north end zone. I'm assuming outside the fence.
Yeah, like I said a minute ago, you just kind of, if you're Grandville's offense, you want Jenison to use a timeout here. Give them really nothing to work with if they get the ball back, really. You're hoping they really don't get the ball back here. But, yeah, just keep running this ball and cutting some of that clock up and hoping that we're just going to make some big plays here.
Yep, got to make some plays. Got to get that first down, run as much clock off as you can. Obviously, it's more than one first down to close this game out, but if you could use this last Jenison timeout and get a couple first downs, the Dogs will have this game. Obviously, if they can't, then it's up to the Wildcats offense to see what they can do to try and tie this game up. But this is a big play here.
Yeah.
If you give up a few yards, sets up a very manageable third down. You give up the first down, you're in a tough spot here. Handoff to Haney here. Haney breaks it outside. He got about
Four, maybe 5 yards?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably 4 yards to set up a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a scary play, I'm not going to lie. Haney kind of dove in right into a linebacker. That's scary because if you get hit wrong, it hurts your head and possible neck injury. But he's putting the body on the line, and he's trying to get this win here and trying to run out this clock. Jenison did just use a timeout, so Jenison is out of timeouts for the rest of the game. That's exactly what Grandville wants here. Now Grandville has to convert on this drive. Like, you have to either get a first down here or you have to get some good yardage here and run out a little bit of clock before you punt off this ball and give Jenison no time at all to work with when they get the ball back.
Jenison has used their last timeout, so there will be no more stops for Jenison. Big third down here. Obviously, if the Bulldogs pick it up, they just need one more first down to close the game out, I believe. Maybe 2 first downs with how much time is left. But regardless, big third down here. Handoff to Haney. Haney is not going to get close to it. And as of now, there's no movement to get a punt team on, so it looks like Jeffrey Fulgeslander and this Bulldogs offense will go for it on this huge 4th down play. I would assume they're going to let the clock tick as low as it can, maybe use a timeout considering they have 3 left, or just get it as low as possible. Doesn't look like, from what I'm seeing on the sidelines, that the play clocks are working, so I'm not really sure as to what Stiegel and his offense are going by to decide whether to call the timeout or not. But regardless, Stiegel does end up taking that timeout. And
yeah, if you're Grandville here, you're working on something here. You're either going to punt it and pray that your defense can do something, or you're going to try to get this 3 yards and get a big play here. But there's not much to say. I feel like Stiegel's going to be risky. He always is a risky guy, but it usually pays off for us. But it's a high-risk, high-reward situation, and you don't have Daniel Wiley on the field right now. It looks like he just came off talking to the athletic trainer. I think he has to maybe sit out for a play. But, hey, I think if you get him back, then either if you get him back after you score or not first down, after you get a first down, or if you go on defense, he's going to be a big player for you.
Definitely an interesting spot here for the Dogs. They will be punting the ball away with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left. The touchdown by itself will tie the game. But with the extra point, the Dogs, a shank of a punt here. It looks like Kuyo tried to kick it with his left foot. He is a right foot punter. So very confused what happened there, but that only changes field position by 10 yards, maybe less.
Yeah, if you're Grandville here, just why not go for it? Like, I know that sounds kind of stupid, but, like, you have a great running play. You have a great wide receiver plays that you've been drawing up these last couple weeks. So why not throw it or run it when you have 3 yards to gain? And your average right now is 4.3 yards per carry. As I just got that off Max Preps for this game so far. It's probably not as accurate as it could be.
Scheidemann with the carry here. But sets up a 2nd and 5 here. The clock is still ticking. Just around 2 minutes. They have 45 yards to go. These Bulldogs have 45 yards to work with over these next 2 minutes. This is going to be the test for the Bulldogs defense here. Felgner hands it off to Scheidemann again and breaks it away. Scheidemann is going to go the distance, and the Wildcats are going to have a chance at going up for the first time all game. Scheidemann is Grandville's kryptonite.
He was his kryptonite last year. That's what I've been saying. But, like, and especially with him dealing with injuries today, he's still proven that he's a great player, and good for him. Good for him battling through injuries and getting a touchdown. And now you have to be the Grandville offense and have to play risky. You have to play risky now if you get this ball back, because you have go get a field goal. You have to at least get a field goal on this play.
Keep in mind here, the Wildcats have had 2 blocked extra points here. So as you set up for it, it's 25-25, and this is a huge extra point. This is obviously make or break for the lead here for the Wildcats, as they put it directly down the middle, and the Wildcats will have the first lead of the night. The Jenison student section is going absolutely insane on the opposite side of the field here. Obviously excited to have their first lead of the game. But 1 minute 48 left, 25-26. This game was 19-0 at one point.
Do you believe in miracles? Because you might be seeing one for Jenison. This might be the first time Jenison beats us in over 13 years, 14 years. So they came close last year, but they didn't get the job done, and they're looking for revenge this year, especially with the same kind of core group as last year. So, hey, Grandville needs to step it up here or make some big plays here or risky moves here.
Here's the problem with this right here, right? Both of these teams are 3-2 heading into this game. There are obviously 4 teams that make the playoffs for the OK Red Conference. Rockford will be in. Hudsonville will be in. East Kentwood will be in. So this game is going to have major contention on if the Bulldogs can even make the playoffs. The Bulldogs took the #1 ranked Cass Tech into overtime and are now trailing
to the 57th ranked team in Division I, Jenison.
This has been, outstanding work by the Jenison coaches. They have turned around this Jenison Wildcat program. A few years ago, they did not win a game. I believe 3 years ago it was. They did not win a game. Last year, I believe they were 500, not making the playoffs. And this year they are 3-2, along with the Bulldogs being 3-2. Their conference record is 1-2, so the Bulldogs have the advantage right now with our conference record being 2-1. But we've had the easier conference play so far, with 2 of our wins being Grand Haven and No, Caledonia.
Pass
But now
to
a huge pass to DJ Hardiman.
Hardiman.
DJ Hardiman down the sideline. He has one man to beat. He is going to go all the way.
Touchdown.
What a change of events here.
DJ Hardiman.
DJ Hardiman, 80 yards. 80-yard passing play. We talked about it. The Bulldogs have that trick play. Everyone expects run. They just got a huge play. Momentum's all the way towards Jenison, and DJ Hardiman says, no, we're taking that back. We're going all the way. And the Dogs back on top here.
Woo! Yeah, that is big. We were looking for that. I just said a minute ago. It's high risk, high reward on this drive, and they instantly kicked off with an instant pass throw. And big play, 80 yards for DJ Hardiman. And that's going to set up a lot for coming into next week. Are we going to throw the ball as much as we want to, or as much as a lot of the fans want to, especially with this wing T offense? But if you're Grandville here, it looks like you're about to go for two. And now if you're going for two, what are you going here? Are we going pass play? Are we going run up the middle with DJ Hardiman? What are you saying, Matthew?
I think after the pass play, they don't expect a pass play. So let's see what Vogelslong has. And there it is. Keegan Kroll is going to be open. And he goes up. He makes the – no! The ball comes out at the very end. And Keegan Kroll is down now. He is hurting over there. Wonder if he got stepped on at the end or what happened. Oh, man.
Yeah, from my angle, it looked like he had the ball for a second, then had a last-second contact, and the ball went popping up. So I wonder if the guy landed on him, and Keegan Kroll kind of had a reaction where his shoulder popped up and the ball went flying. Because it wasn't like a roll, it was definitely a pop-up with that ball. So maybe hit the ground too hard. But big play for DJ Hardiman. Now with a minute and 33 seconds left in the clock, Grandville still has 2 timeouts to work with.
Yep, big difference there for the Dogs compared to the Cats. Dogs have 2 timeouts left. Wildcats have 0. Keegan Kroll is limping off the field. Looked to be something with his right ankle, so hopefully he is okay and can come back. Obviously a big part of that Bulldog defense. So now heading out back on the defensive side. We might have a gap here that an junior has to fill, but still, someone who's not getting as much playing time, getting put in with a minute and 30 seconds left in a game that nobody really thought was going to be this heated, but turned out these Wildcats are fighting.
Yeah, Jenison is fighting back, and they're crawling back. They're clawing back, if that's the right way you want to say it. But, yeah, Grandville has to stop him here. Like I just said, Grandville has 2 timeouts, unlike this Jenison team. Yeah, I'm saying if you're Grandville here going, hopefully you're just going to slowly get them and be also worried of the pass plays, but also the run plays. Outside runs are where we struggle with a lot, and just be wary of the screen passes they've been running all night.
Yep, can't let someone like Ethan Morse break it open again with his long touchdown here. Vasquez kicks it off. That's heading towards the sideline. Huge mistake. Huge, costly mistake by the Dogs here. That is going to set up the Wildcats at the 35-yard line. That's a huge mistake there, giving them at least 10 yards extra for these Wildcats.
Just very confused by he even tried to go for that kick like that.
Felgner on the motion, gets hit hard, absolutely laid out, and he's on the ground, slow to get up. Huge hit by number 55, Carter Kubzak. Evan Wyman, correction. But regardless, a huge hit on the quarterback, which obviously caused him to make that errant throw.
You see 3 guys on the close side of us. Timeout, Grandville. Yeah, Matt, if you're Granville's defense here, what is your biggest concern?
I think the biggest concern is just not accounting for one of those good wide receivers. And Vandergraaf, Van Lan, McKinney, Hubbs, any of those guys, where it's just you just lose them for a second and they're gone. We saw it earlier in the second quarter for the one score the Wildcats had. Looked like a lot of options there for quarterback Feldner, and Ethan Morse just broke free, was wide open, no one even near tackling him. So I think just you really got to pay attention if you're on that defense.
Yeah, just like you say, you got to make sure these wide receivers don't get past you, and you can't underestimate them at all. Looks like we're having Keegan Kroll, not Keegan Kroll. Josh Crater is a strong safety, full safety.
Felkner is going to take it himself. You could hear the helmets crunch from up here. Big hit again on the quarterback. Number 2, Parkin Felkner, as now he hustles his team down and spikes the ball. Looks like there was not enough people set, which is a huge mistake for this the offense here, as now they have 5 more yards to go. So you still stop the clock, but now instead of a 3rd and 1, you have a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, big.
And then the clock starts rolling again as there was no stoppage besides the false start. So we're counting down here now to about 1 minute, and the Wildcats have a while to go, and the Dogs just make a great tackle on Scheidman there.
Yeah, on that play, too, number 55, Evan Wyman, made a little deflection on the ball, too. As you can see, the wide receiver wasn't expecting it, but still caught the ball and got some good yardage on it, but it's going to be a 4th and 6. Big play. This is the play of the game right here.
This is the game right here. Parker Felkner under center and shotgun here. Drops back, looks, throws down.
Interception!
Picked off by Braylon Haney.
Second of the game.
Second of the night.
Woo! And Grandville wins the homecoming game.
Grandville, as long as there are no fumbles, nothing dumb happens, will end up on top in this homecoming night game. What a play.
It's been a battle till the end, and just like last year, it came down to just one play. Just one play for the Grandville Bulldogs.
Parker Felkner has played quite a good game. Besides, lined up in victory formation, Jeffrey Fogelslonger under center takes the knee, and that will run out the clock. As there are 40 seconds on the high school game clock, and there are less than 40 seconds on the clock.
Big win for Grandville. Now that really determines if playoff spot or not for us. I'm not going to say it officially, but that almost confirms the playoff spot for us with if I know for sure Hudsonville clinched the playoff spot tonight based off their game. Last thing I knew, Hudsonville was winning still 28-14. I'm going to check that score for us around the OK Red real quick. But we will have a post-game show with me and Matthew Thompson talk about future games and what we're looking forward to in Grand Haven game next week.
Obviously, it is a tradition for the Grandville team to run up to that student section, hop up on those rails after such a big win, especially with this homecoming crowd. The student section is absolutely packed. And what a game by these Bulldogs.
Yeah, right around the OK Red. Sorry to interrupt you, but Hudsonville is leading 35-21 with less than 4 minutes left to go in the game. And East Kentwood is still leading against that West Ottawa team. Still no score out of Grand Haven versus Caledonia. I know usually we don't get a lot of scores around Grand Haven till after the post-game show, so. But it is 45, or officially East Kentwood beat West Ottawa 45-8. And that we are ready for our post-game show.
So, obviously, this is a big game for the Dogs here, considering playoff contention. 4 teams make it for the Red.
Yep.
We've got Hudsonville and Rockford are always a lock. East Kentwood's kind of on that. They're there. They're sometimes not there. This year they'll be there with their senior quarterback, Michigan State commit, really good player. So Grandville is kind of on the outside. They're kind of – usually they're almost like preseason. They're a lock almost to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But with how good the Red is this year, it's not as simple as it usually is.
Yeah, like you just said, usually there's only 4 teams that make it, and you kind of always think that Hudsonville and Rockford is going to make it. Sometimes we always think we're going to make it too. It's usually that spot of East Kentwood, West Ottawa, Jenison. Are they going to make it? And I think this year you can 100% say that East Kentwood's going to make it, and we might not be the ones that make it this year. It might be Jenison. But after this win, I don't think it's going to be Jenison, and I don't think it's going to be West Ottawa or Grand Haven. Cal has had a rough start to the year, especially with a injury to their quarterback that just happened last week against East Kentwood. I don't know if it's going to be Cal. It really depends on how we play against Grand Haven next week. If we win against Grand Haven next week, I think we 100% clinch a spot because we have the head-to-head against Jenison.
Yep.
But we have a pretty tough schedule ahead of us. We're away at Grand Haven, which is they're not really good this year. I'm not going to lie to you guys. They have struggled a lot. A lot of injuries on that team. The O-line has kind of struggled. But I will say Grand Haven has probably one of the best atmospheres to go into, especially with that battle cannon they shoot off. Really fun to be there. I recommend everyone to go out to the game. But then we return home for the last 2 games of the season versus East Kentwood, which is going to be a very strong game. East Kentwood's a very heavy throwing team, as we know. I got a lot of buddies out in East Kentwood who are really hyped for that game. They have, like I said last week, they circled that on their calendar and saying this is the game that we are ready to play. But we also then have to go play the state runner-ups, Hudsonville. And the last couple of years, Hudsonville has grown to a really strong team. My freshman year, the JV team for Hudsonville was undefeated. They barely let anyone get past 14 points on them, and they're a strong team. And they were state runner-up last year against Cass Tech, as we already said today.
Yep. So 2024, last year they beat us in the playoffs. 2023, we beat them in the playoffs. So with Hudsonville, it's always who's going to come out top. So it's going to be a good game regardless.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll have that fluke like we did with Rockford. Obviously now we're 3-1 in the conference. We've had a couple of easy games, one hard game. But Jenison now moving to 1-3 in the conference, I think it gives us a good shot of making those playoffs as they go more based on conference and overall record. I would assume at minimum we are 4-3 in the conference, and usually a winning conference record gets you into the playoffs. But how about the game by DJ Hardiman?
Yeah, DJ Hardiman, a big player on our offense, had 2 touchdowns today, but also had a really great sack in the second quarter of the game. Really big impact that kind of forced Jenison to punt, which you always love to see that. But he has been filling in big shoes for Tank Terry. Like I said, he's not a backup. He'll never be a backup on this Grandville offense. But Tank Terry's always been our number 1, and DJ Hardiman's always been the number 2, and he's been in the shadow of Tank Terry these last 2 years. But he's filling in those shoes for Tank Terry, and he put up those 2 touchdowns, which is really big for him. And filling in the shoes for the defense. Tank Terry's usually a corner for us, so the corners have been pretty much trying to find out like how to play without him and how he's really that guy. If someone breaks out, Tank Terry's the guy who's got to chase him down. And Josh Craters was that guy tonight for us, so good for him.
Yeah, as we talked before, his speed definitely comes in handy for the Dogs. We will be still on air. You won't hear from us again after we sign off. We still have a little bit of our postgame, but we are currently having the homecoming festivity set up, so Homecoming King will be announced later tonight on stream. The court will be walking through. Jenison still hasn't left the field as they're still having the postgame talk. Really, with this Grandville team, it's hit or miss. You're either going to be the greatest team we've had in a long time, like we saw against Cass Tech.
Yep.
Or have an extremely disappointing performance like we had against Rockford. So it's really just, are we going to have our best each day or are we not?
Yeah, for sure. And that's something it's going to be very hard to do without Tank Terry, especially the man who has he's been a varsity player all 4 years. He just committed to Ferris State a couple weeks ago. I know he had a lot of D1 offers at Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan, Bowling Green, Eastern Carolina. There's a lot of D1 offers he had there, but he understood that he had to stay home. He wanted to go at Ferris State. He has a lot of connections to Ferris State, and I think he made the right decision. As we said earlier, the quarterback last year for Ferris State is now the Heisman runner-up for Ole Miss. And like I said earlier, when you go to a D2 school, a lot of people say you don't get a lot of recognition, but at Ferris State you do. You really do. Mm-hmm. And what do you got to say about that there?
I mean, go to Ferris State. You're going to win a national championship. Yeah. This will about wrap up our postgame. So we thank you for tuning in. We are going to hand it over to Mr. Lankto and to the homecoming court. So we thank you for tuning in with us, and we hope you enjoy what Mr. Lankto has prepared for their homecoming court and the announcement of our homecoming king and queen. Thank you.
See you guys at East Kentwood.
All right, everyone, here we go. We are going to announce our 2025 homecoming court, starting with couple number 1, Sarah Wynn and Keegan Kroll. Sarah Lynn Wynn. Sarah is the daughter of Serena and Twan Wynn. She's very active within her community. Her leadership skills have shined through her roles as president of both the Student Council and the National Honor Society, Vice President of the Women's Advancement of Leadership Club, and Treasurer of the Garden Club. She is also a part of Be Nice, Spanish Honor Society, Kids Food Basket, Chem Club, GTS, Unified Links, and a very active member of the Theater Society, winning the Nuts and Bolts Award in her second show, an award given to the hardest working crew member in every show. Outside of school, Sarah plays a role in her community as a youth voice for the local Asian American Association, planning events and holiday celebrations for her culture. After high school, Sarah plans on attending college to major in business and minor in Spanish. Sarah's advice to underclassmen is this: just keep swimming. It's a simple phrase, but it carries a powerful message. Life will always bring challenges, some bigger than we expect. But the key is to keep moving forward. Each step, however small, is a step in the right direction. When we keep swimming, we remind ourselves that perseverance leads us to brighter waters and better days. Keegan Allen Kroll. Keegan is the son of Andy and Kara Kroll. Keegan has been a part of the varsity football team for the past 2 years and a team captain for 1. He has also been on the varsity track team for all 4 years of high school, being a team captain for 3, and being a part of the school record-holding 4x100 team. He has also competed in the AAU Junior Olympics this past summer. His junior year, he competed in powerlifting as well, coming in 7th in the state for his weight class. He is an active member of the NHS and the Superintendent Advisory Committee, and this year was chosen to be Wood TV8 Student of the Week. Keegan plans on attending or furthering his education in engineering, hoping to be able to lead teams and help find solutions to other people's problems. Keegan's advice to underclassmen is this: step outside your comfort zone, meet new people, and start conversations you normally wouldn't. You have no idea the people you will meet or the opportunities you may find. Stay true to who you are and surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you. Lastly, don't be afraid to aim high. The effort you put in now will not just shape your high school years, but define the type of person you become after. Couple number 1, Sarah Wynn and Keegan Kroll. Couple number 2, Kendall Gray and Daniel Wiley. Kendall Rose Gray. Kendall is the daughter of Chris and Amy Gray. Kendall has been a 4-year varsity swimmer where she went to state her freshman, sophomore, and junior seasons. Kendall played 2 years of basketball and was a 4-year varsity soccer player, with receiving captain all-conference and all-district her junior soccer season. She also plays club soccer at Midwest United. She's an active member in the National Honor Society, Women's Advancement and Leadership Club, Student Executive Board, Kids Food Basket, and Young Life. She also has a summer job at Sunnybrook Country Club where she is a lifeguard. In her free time, Kendall enjoys camping with her family and hanging out with her friends. Kendall has not yet decided on a college, but is planning on majoring in biology with hopes to become a nurse anesthetist because she has a passion for helping others. Kendall's advice to underclassmen is this: no matter what is going on in your life, show up. If not for others, then for yourself. You can't put all your attention on the things that you cannot control, but instead focus on the ones you can have an impact on. No one can tell you that you're not worthy when you believe that you are enough. You are your own biggest supporter. Never forget that. Daniel William Wiley Jr. Daniel is the son of Dan and Heather Wiley. He has served as a member of National Honor Society for the past 2 years and has been a very active member in Grandville athletics through his high school career. His freshman and sophomore year, he played as a member of the freshman and JV basketball team. He has played baseball here at Grandville for the past 3 years, joined wrestling his junior year, and is planning to continue. Finally, he has played football here at Grandville for 4 years, 3 of which have been on varsity and 2 being a team captain. Daniel has been involved in Young Life, a faith-based youth group where he has attended weekly since middle school. Daniel has big dreams of playing football in college, however is undecided on what and where he wants to study. As much as he loves sports, he devotes himself to family and the friendships he has with the people around him. Daniel's advice to underclassmen is this: take every opportunity you can and be kind. In this span of 4 years, you have countless opportunities to go out and experience new and rewarding things. You never know what's in store for you if you don't go out and try. And as for kindness, be kind to others and be kind to yourself. Something nice you say or do could mean the world to someone else. Couple number 2, Kendall Gray and Daniel Wiley. Couple number 3, Claire Crabb and Lucas Cranches. Claire Riley Crabb. Claire is the daughter of Jenny and Larry Crabb and a part of the most supportive family whom she is forever thankful for. Claire is deeply involved in the arts at Grandville High School. She has been a member of the marching band for 4 years, and for the past 3 years has played baritone saxophone and string bass in the top band and orchestra. She is also a dedicated member of the theater department, participating in every production since her freshman year. This past winter, she was honored with the Copper Penny Award for her performance in Radium Girls. Claire currently serves as president of the Grandville Thespian Society. Beyond music and theater, Claire is an active in National Honor Society, Student Council, Student Improvement Team, her worship church team, and the Grand Rapids Youth Symphony. Her classmates have also recognized her spirit and leadership by selecting her as top dog for the past 3 years. Claire's advice to underclassmen can fit into one phrase: YOLO. You only live once. As cliche as it sounds, high school really does fly by. The days may feel long, but the years disappear fast. So treat each day like it's your last. Tell people you love them. Don't be afraid to give that compliment. You never know how much of an impact you can have on someone's life, so why not make the most of it? Even the smallest thing can change someone's world. Remember that you are loved and so many people are grateful that you are here. Keep going. You got this. Lucas James Cranches. Lucas is the son of Lynn and Eric Cranches. He's been a part of cross country, track, marching band, and even theater all 4 years of high school. In his junior year, he medaled at the cross country Portage Invitational, running a time of 18:03 for the JV race, and during track season, he finished a mile in under 5 minutes. Lucas has also been very involved in band. He's been a member of one of the best marching bands in Michigan, as well as the school's jazz band and winter winds program, where his band would also medal frequently. If he ever had any free time, he would work backstage during the school's theatrical productions. One time he even had a subtle role in the cast, Fester's spouse, in the Addams Family. This year, Lucas is a team captain for cross country, a section leader for marching band, and an officer for the National Honor Society. After high school, Lucas hopes to go to Western Michigan University to major in psychology, where he will study to become a counselor. He's committed to making the people around him happy and trying to make the world a more optimistic place. Lucas' advice to underclassmen is this: you can do anything you want here. You can study to make $1 billion business, train to become a world-class athlete, perform to be recognized as a highly influential figure, whatever you want. But if you don't find your people or you don't appreciate yourself, what is it all for? Love and care are the two greatest gifts we've been given. You can do all the things that make you feel superhuman, but you should never feel like you're doing them alone. The absolute worst thing you can do to anybody, including yourself, is to make them feel like they're unwanted. Couple number 3, Claire Crabb and Lucas Cranches. Couple number 4, Haley Johnson and Ryan Remenap. Haley Marie Johnson. Haley is the daughter of Adam and Kristen Johnson. Her time at Grandville High School has taught her that expanding your corner of the world only comes through involving yourself and participating proudly. Because of that, she serves as a treasurer of the Women's Advancement and Leadership Club, one of the 2 hour secretaries for Grandville National Honor Society chapter, and most notably as president of executive board her junior and senior year. After school, she fills her time at the tennis courts or cheering on Grandville sporting events. Over her 5 years at Grandville Public Schools, one of the most important things she's learned is the significance of an uplifting community, and she's been lucky enough to build that through her classes and extracurriculars. After high school, Haley plans to major in biopsychology on a pre-med track in order to pursue a career in neurology. Haley's advice to underclassmen is this: appreciate every year of high school for what it is. No year will ever be exactly what you imagine, but wishing away the present doesn't make the future come any sooner. Enjoy your classes even when they're difficult, and set your goals for yourself. Your education is a privilege, so use it. Ryan Philip Remenap. Ryan is the son of Molly and Kevin Remenap. Ryan has served as a member of the student council since his freshman year and is currently serving as the vice president. He's also a member of the National Honor Society and one of our 4 blood drive coordinators, and has worked as a middle school youth group leader at St. Pius X Catholic Church for the last 3 years. Ryan sits as a class of 2026 representative on the school improvement team and has taken part in the school's climbing club. When he isn't building community through club extracurriculars, you will find him at the swim or tennis, 2 sports in which he has taken part in all 4 years of high school. Outside of school, Ryan works as a lifeguard at Sunnybrook Country Club in the summer. Though Ryan doesn't currently have a plan for what school he would like to attend after graduation, he knows he wants to study psychology and child development. Ryan loves to take part in extracurricular activities, but the most important thing to him is building community. Whether it is at a soccer game, a swim meet, or going out to eat after an event, and enjoying the time he has here at Grandville High School with the incredible people he has found. Ryan's advice to underclassmen is take part in anything you may be interested in. You will find amazing people and make the best memories from all of your high school years. Don't miss out on the best parts of high school because you're too scared to try. You deserve every moment of fun that comes your way. Couple number 4, Haley Johnson and Ryan Remenap. Couple number 5, Lauren Graverson and Eli Schultz. Lauren Olivia Graverson. Lauren is the daughter of Thomas Graverson and Sarah Tracy. Lauren has been on the varsity water polo team as a starter for the past 3 years. She has earned awards including 3 times All-Conference, 3-time All-Region, 2-time All-State, 2-time Academic All-State. It was recently announced as earning All-American for her junior season. Lauren is in her 4th season on the varsity swim team and is currently captain of the team. She has qualified for the state meet the past 3 years, and she has earned All-Conference her junior year. She's an active member of National Honor Society and Women's Advancement and Leadership Club. She spends the majority of her free time either training with her club water polo team or helping coach younger upcoming water polo players. Lauren's club team has traveled to the Junior Olympic Water Polo Tournament 3 times, competing in both California and Texas. Lauren also works as a lifeguard at Sunnybrook Country Club in the summer. After high school, she plans to attend college to major in exercise science with the goal of becoming either a physical therapist or a sports trainer. She chose this path after witnessing her brother's sports-related injuries, which showed her how physically and mentally challenging recovery can be, and is inspired to help others through that process. Lauren's advice to underclassmen is this: don't let anyone hold you back from reaching your true potential. High school is a small but significant chapter of our lives where we are all trying to figure out who we are or who we are meant to be. So don't waste it pretending to be someone you're not. Don't waste it trying to live to others' standards. Strive to be more. Go out of your comfort zone and try new things. Talk to new people and be kind to everyone because you know it'll be over with. Elijah David Schultz. Eli is the son of Matt and Jess Schultz. While at Grandville High School, Eli has played varsity lacrosse all 4 years. During those seasons, he has earned All-State honors twice, Academic All-State, All-Region, and All-Conference honors, as well as having the privilege of being a captain. Eli has also been a part of the basketball program for all of his years at Grandville High School, being a part of his varsity junior and senior year. After high school, Eli looks forward to continuing his true passion for lacrosse at the next level, but is still undecided on which college he is headed to. This fall, you can find Eli cheering on the football sideline as the G for the Dog Boys. His involvement has also included being an active member of National Honor Society. Outside of school, you can find Eli fishing, playing golf, or actively pursuing his faith. Eli's faith plays a big role in his life. He's an active member of both Central Reformed and Stanville Reformed churches, investing deeply in youth groups and volunteering in a variety of ways. He feels faith has truly shaped him into the man he is today, and encourages others to get more involved in their faith. Eli's advice to underclassmen is this: don't take yourself too seriously and have fun with it. A bad grade, a bad sports performance won't be the end of the world. Learn from it, work on it, and get better from it. Through the whole journey, have fun with it, and don't be afraid to bring people along. Couple number 5, Lauren Graverson and Eli Schultz. Couple number 6, Lane Taylor and Brecken Mann. Lane Evelyn Taylor. Lane is the daughter of Trent and Wendy Taylor and the younger sister of Braylon and Aaron Taylor. She has been very active in Grandville High School community, serving as president of the Women's Advancement and Leadership Club, treasurer of Senior Executive Board, and treasurer and tutoring coordinator for NHS. She is also involved in Green Team, Spanish Honor Society, Be Nice, and Coffee Club. Lane is co-captain and goalkeeper for the girls varsity soccer team here at Grandville. Last year, she was awarded an all-district honorable mention for her work on the field. Outside of school, Lane plays for ASO United, a club soccer team, and works as a server at Covenant Living, a local retirement community. After graduating, Lane hopes to attend either the University of Michigan or Georgetown University to study something environment related with an end goal of becoming an urban planner. Lane's advice to underclassmen is this: don't be afraid to get involved in anything and everything. Go to club meetings, sports tryouts, and school dances. You never know if you won't like something until you try it. You can always find your place at Grandville as long as you make an effort to look. Brecken Harris Mann. Brecken is the son of Dan and Beth Ann Mann. He has been a dedicated three-sport athlete throughout high school, competing in football, basketball, and lacrosse all 4 years. His commitment to athletics has taught him the value of discipline, teamwork, and perseverance, both on and off the field. Beyond athletics, Brecken is an active member in the Senior Executive Board, the National Honor Society, and the Student Voice Committee, where he has contributed to and played a role in creating a positive environment for his classmates and helping students' perspectives in meaningful ways. After high school, Brecken plans on furthering his education, but is undecided on what he wants to study. Brecken's advice to underclassmen is this: take advantage of every opportunity you get. Be kind and get involved. Don't be afraid to try new things and go out of your way to be kind so you can truly make the most of your high school years. You don't want to look back with regrets. Couple number 6, Lane Taylor and Brecken Mann. Couple number 7, McCallie Rattan and Parker Davies. McCallie Jane Lyanne Rattan. McCallie is the daughter of Kyle and Eric Rattan. She has developed a love for running throughout her high school career and has been on varsity cross country as well as varsity track and field all 4 years and has been captain of both. During the winter months, she competes indoor track on the club team, West Michigan Harriers, with fellow passionate runners. Outside of sports, McCallie has been a student council member all throughout high school, is vice president of Garden Club, is an officer for NHS, and is a proud Coffee Club member, along with various other Grandville High School clubs. Inspired by her desire to pursue science, she also leads the Chemistry Club and is a youth leader of the Friends of Buck Creek organization. After high school, she plans to attend college to pursue her love for chemistry and the environment. McCallie's advice to the underclassmen is this: the most fulfilling experiences are ones filled with lots and lots of passion. Fill your days with big emotions and learn to love living life. Finding joy in the small and mundane is what gets you through even the most draining days, but most importantly, throughout high school. Parker James Davies. Parker is the son of Carrie and Trevor Davies. Parker's love for music is apparent in all aspects of his life, and it shows especially through his involvement in the Grandville band program. Through marching band, symphonic winds, jazz band, winter winds, and pit orchestra, he expands his knowledge and understanding of music, along with having a great time with his friends and band directors. Outside of Grandville, Parker participates in the Grand Rapids Youth Symphony and the District 10 All-Star Jazz Band. He also earned a chair in the MSBOA All-State Orchestra last year. As the treasurer of Student Council, a trombone section leader in marching band, and a member of NHS, he loves to serve his community and volunteer his time helping others. Parker is involved in the AV program at Grandville, taking part in his broadcasting as well. After high school, he plans to attend college to pursue a degree in trombone performance. Parker's advice to underclassmen is this: be a part of anything and everything you can, and support your friends. Even just showing up at a friend's game once a week for an hour can go so far. Find ways to get involved and connect with new people any chance you get. Couple number 7, McCallie Rattan and Parker Davies. Couple number 8, Hillary Martinez Lopez and Luke Dykstra. Hillary Martinez Lopez. Hillary is the daughter of Mavis Lopez and Rudy Martinez. Throughout her high school career, Hillary has been actively involved in the Student Council, Links, Kids Food Basket, Women Advancement and Leadership Club, and Be Nice. She is also a dedicated member of her youth group's camera crew. Throughout her day, Hillary spends most of her time focusing on becoming a certified nurse assistant at KCTC's Nurse Technician program. After graduation, Hillary plans to pursue a degree in human biology or nursing. However, her ultimate goal is to become either a pediatric nurse or a pediatric general surgeon. Hillary's advice to underclassmen is this: don't be scared to try new things, because everything will be worth it in the end. You won't get anywhere if you don't step out of your comfort zone. Do something big with your life. You only live once, so make it count. Live life the way you want and be the change you want to see happen. Luke James Dykstra. Luke is the son of Brent and Amanda Dykstra. Luke is the current DECA president, has been heavily involved in the program since his freshman year, qualifying for states for the past 3 years and for the International Career Development Conference last year. He is also an active National Honor Society member, as well as member of the Senior Executive Board, where he has helped plan school events and represent the senior class. In addition to his leadership role, Luke is a multi-sport athlete who has played soccer and ran track. Luke is involved with Young Life and looks to Jesus to guide him in his faith. After graduation, Luke plans on attending either the University of Michigan or Michigan State University to pursue a degree in finance. His long-term goal is to work in the business world, where he can use his leadership skills and passion for problem solving to make a lasting impact. Luke's advice to underclassmen can be summed up in the words of Sun Tzu: plan for what is difficult while it is easy. Do what is great while it is small. This quote serves as a reminder to proactively prepare for challenges while they are manageable, and to approach significant tasks with consistent effort, starting with the smaller, more manageable parts. By doing so, larger challenges become less intimidating over time. Couple number 8, Hillary Martinez Lopez and Luke Dykstra. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 homecoming court. Let's give them one more big round of applause. All right, and it is my honor to welcome back 2024 homecoming queen Sophia Wilson and 2024 homecoming court member Nolan Feenstra. All right, we are going to start with crowning the homecoming king first here, Nolan. So when you are ready, crown him. Daniel Wiley, 2025 Homecoming King. All right, Sophia, your turn. Claire Crabb. Claire Crabb is your 2025 Homecoming Queen. Let's give a big round of applause for all of our homecoming court members. And once again, give it up for Daniel Wiley and Claire Crabb. Thanks, everybody. Go Bulldogs, and have a great night.
So a great night continues. Bulldogs win. We have crowned our king and queen. Please have safe travels. Make sure you have all your blankets, your children, your cell phones. Homecoming dance tomorrow night. Kids, please be safe. We expect to see you in class on Monday. Next week, we are at Grand Haven. It's been a wonderful night. We'll see you next time. Good night.